winter depression is real. So when you live somewhere and it's nice all year round, and you come back here and you try to live here.
So seasonal depression.
Yeah, seasonal depression is real.
Super real.
Because it's super real. Seasonal depression is real because, like, imagine you can go outside, it's hot out, it's December, it's January, it's February. You could work on you're always motivated. It's always jobs. It's always just like events, just everyone's tanning. Like, mind you, it's snowing and people are not leaving the house and it gets dark 4 hours earlier. So after I came back from living in Florida like that, then I had to come back to Jersey and Connecticut. It was like the hardest thing to do because it was like, yo, I'm not able to make use of my time and my day. I was working out like heavy in Florida, loving my body, eating amazing food, like getting healthier. Like, it was so many other things that you can do to stay motivated. The people around you are way more motivated. They getting money. Like, so when you leave all that and then you come somewhere where it's like, yo, what are y'all doing? And then it's dark. It's 4 p.m. Y'all remember when it starts getting dark at 4 p.m. and we all in the house looking at these bad kids. Just came from the grocery store. Like, when you have a family, I kind of feel like it helps your family too.
Sorry.
It was how, breaking it up?
No, it's kind of like you guys, it helps the family. Like, the kids are happier. You guys are probably going to do more family things. There's so much family stuff to do.
I don't know about that. I mean, look, I got some pretty happy kids.
You know, I don't even know why I talk to you about certain stuff. It's just like, just forget it. Oh, just forget about it. But for me...
Jump into the temptation.
Yeah.
Do it.
Right.
Yeah, I think it's like, I'm thinking about for me.
I mean, like,
Just
you're going to see, like, you know what's crazy? I feel like there's gorgeous women out there, but it's really not that serious. Maybe if you're into the nightclub a lot, I don't know. But, like, going there, I'm just like...
Gorgeous Spanish women.
You know, when you go to the clubs, obviously, and when you're in that lifestyle, you know the lifestyle I'm talking about. When you're in that lifestyle, it's probably a little bit different. But I think living there is kind of like, all right, it's another day. You see a pair of tits. Like, it's not
Yeah, but they're different from up here, so that's the...
They're just tanner.
You don't even see tits out here.
It's glowing. They're out.
You see tits 3 months out the year.
Everyone's walking around with their workout outfits. But it's the stuff that men are complaining about. Like, the conservative men are just like, you know.
Your workout outfit, I'm not complaining about.
Yeah.
Some men are just like, you come to the gym with those spandex shorts on with the string up your crack. Like, you know, like some people.
What men complain about that?
So many. Y'all don't see the whatever.
Nobody I know.
Yeah, they.
And especially in the gym, they just be like, damn.
They just be...
Look at these whores tempting us. Those must be the men
Look at these
that
whores
want.
tempting us.
Curving behind the machines.
Yeah, nightclubs are dying, and here's why. I'm gonna hold your hand while I say this. Nobody wants a table anymore. Back in the day when on any given Wednesday, Rihanna and Kim Kardashian could be spotted shaking ass at a table, yeah, that's pretty cool. That definitely had a moment. But now, the bottles, the signs, the sparklers, ugh, boring. In 2024 alone, I partied in 17 different cities around the world. I also work in nightlife as a seasoned PR executive. So when I'm out, I do a lot of looking. I do a lot of field research. I ask a lot of questions. So this is not coming from just one market. This is a worldwide thing. Anyway, the conclusion is nobody's having fun at tables. Everyone is just like sitting there on their phones looking miserable. No one's dancing. No one's having fun. But here's the solution. If clubs just remove tables in the middle section and open that up as a dance floor, win-win. Tables completely kill the vibe and you can't even go get a drink at the bar. Like, it's just killing the revenue for the club.
I always felt like the clubs were dying. Like, just me personally. I mean, it's getting played out because nothing is exclusive anymore. Like, everybody is somebody. It used to be like a VIP section was a VIP section, you know? Now it's like everybody's just VIP now, or everybody wants to be VIP, or everybody has to feel special, or everybody. And then for what? Because it's like, what's so special? Like, you used to have to host events and, you know, like get on the mic or like have the, I don't know. It's just like a culture that where everybody is becoming so similar that it's beginning to be boring. Like, all the girls look alike. All the guys act alike. Everybody's wearing the same jewelry. Everybody's standing around saying what you got on. It's just like a culture of copycats, and it's so boring. And the nightlife to me is just not even interesting. Like, and if they do remove the tables, nobody even knows how to dance anymore. Like, nobody knows how to dance. I couldn't give anybody a dub, probably. You gonna get this old little wine, hold my hand, boo. And we gonna whine and look at each other. I don't even know how to dance. Like, what are we gonna do if you remove the tables?
TikTok dances.
Right. That's it. Everybody.
Gen Z gonna be in there going crazy.
Yes. Like, I think there has to be a shift or something. Like, if we're gonna stop doing the VIP tables, then what's gonna be the next thing? Like, once they start giving everybody exclusive, like making everyone feel special, that just ruins the whole point of it. It's kind of like with celebrities. Who's really a celebrity now? Like, nobody is special. Everybody is an artist or a rapper, or they can come and they can host and they can get a table and like, so nothing is special.
Everybody's an influencer now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, I haven't really been in nightlife much in the last year or so. Maybe like little sprinkles. Little sprinkles of nightlife partying. But yeah, I do agree. I think it's funny because when I look back at my days in 2019, 2018, 2020, even 2017, and I was like, yo, it was... Now, at that time, there was always a dance floor in VIP.
Yes.
And I remember in 2019, VIPs started charging way more than usual because they were trying to limit the amount of money that people could pool together. Because, if it was like, all right, cool, it's $1,000 or $1,000 minimum. I remember my first time in LA buying a table, and I thought it was like $1,000 was going to be like, okay, cool, you paid $1,000 at the door. All right, you go in, you get your section, and then you pick your bottles or whatever it is that will equate to $1,000. Mm-hmm. No, that was just the table. And I got hit with that bill of $2,500 when it was said and done, and I was confused. Mm-hmm. And I was like, wait, hold on, I need to talk to somebody.
You gotta tip the girls, and you gotta tip the bottom girl. Bro, crazy.
I was like, yo, so the owner was there. I said, listen, bro, I didn't notice how this worked like this. Like, can you at least help me out? He did help me out, though. He gave me $500 off. But I say that to say, at some point, some of the places, it was Habibi's. Actually, they closed. They're in Miami, or they're in Florida now.
I've never been to Habibi's.
It's dope. Well, it was dope. So now you're seeing that happen. Like, you watch them try to get all these different tables to accommodate all these different celebrities, or influencers, or just people who were pulling money together.
Yeah.
But now it just took away like the whole dance part. Like, Atlanta, I don't go out ever anywhere in Atlanta. Anywhere, because no matter whether you're at a hookah lounge or a club, is 60
people.
Yeah, but they're all in sections.
One section.
And everybody, like you said, everybody look the same. They got the same Gucci shirt, the same Dior sneakers. Like, I don't even like.
It's just a staring contest to see what nigga, what man or woman you can pull.
Yep.
Okay,
Who's who?
he got the bag. I'm gonna stare at him this whole time. Let me give him the nice eyes. Whole time I'm trying to, he's looking at somebody else. Now I'm trying to make my little sexy seductive eye contact. You're just forgetting about the party. Your song comes on, you barely know the words to it. Everybody just looking dumb. Like,
one of my homies, right, and he's actually like one of my guys to this day. I met him at a club in New York in 2020, January 2020, and I had a section. Me and my homie, we had a section, and he had a section. We had 6 girls in our section, and he had 6 girls in his section. But it was just him. But with me and my homie, it was 2 guys and the girls, and it was just him and the girls. And he was like, "Yo, bro," he's like, "Let's just combine our sections." I was like, "That's lit. That's lit." Because we're not going out to the stragglers, so that at least we get,
because we gotta really get into it, because it was totally different back then. Like, when I walked in with my girls, and we was just like, "Oh yeah, we good." Like, like, it was just a feeling. Like, it was a thing. It was a thing. But once everybody can just be a part of that thing with you, it just doesn't feel special anymore. So I was like, why am I here?
Every girl is worthy of a section today.
We had experiences with having high school parties and like basements. Mm-hmm. We had experiences with do they still have high school dances? We had that. We had
sister goes
shows. We had so much that like
teen night.
Oh,
teen night.
Yeah. We had so many experiences that it's just that's natural to us. Like, and that's why anytime we go out, it was like, listen, put on some 90s or put on some old school hip hop, and that'll get the whole crowd. Exactly.
What?
But this new stuff with the you don't know what dance to do with the new stuff. So
you doing TikTok dances. It's so weird. I used to be sweating in the club. Even when I was in my 20s, we go in there and you playing like the music was like, it wasn't a million popular songs. It was like, oh, I can't wait till this song come on. I know this song gonna come on and I'm gonna have a ball when this song come on. Like we've waited for those moments. Now everything is so oversaturated that it's like, and just even with the bottle prices, it's like you feel like you're getting robbed everywhere you go. Everything you do is like the food and then the this and then the this, and you gotta be covered and you gotta do this and you gotta wear this outfit and your outfit's too expensive. You gotta put your wig on, you gotta put your legs in. Blah, 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 blah. Like, I'm tired. I don't wanna go out anymore because it's over. It's not just about, I wanna get cute, hang out with my friends, and go out. It's never that simple.
Is the restaurant scene the same as the old industry scene?
I mean, like, does it seem like how the club is? Like,
yeah, I feel like the restaurants took over everything on Instagram, in my opinion.
True.
It's like, you got to be seen at this restaurant. You got to take your picture at the restaurant.
And I'm the type of person, like, I know people are like, oh, I can't stand gatekeepers. I am a gatekeeper. Like, when I find a good place now, I don't tell anybody about it because the moment that you put people onto stuff, I can't stand it because, again, like I just was telling you about Brickle. I
feel about Colombia.
Like how I was telling you about Brickle, right? But as soon as people start sharing stuff, now that social media is like the place to go to find information, just like I was saying with Brickle Key. Like, I don't tell people anything because it's now, just know, we've mentioned Brickle Key on this pod.
So let's
over.
That out.
It's over. I used to live down the street from the Edgewater, the spot, the spot, even Spot Castle. When I first went there, nobody, like everything, the clubs, the restaurants. Budokan was my favorite restaurant over 10 years ago. Tao, like all of that. And then as soon as you start mentioning that stuff, now the experience isn't fun because you got all types of hood situations. Now it smells like weed in the classy places.
That was the girls, though.
Now the prices is going up. I cannot stand it. I gatekeep everything. You will never know where I'm eating, where I'm laying my head, what spa this is, what
Just
price
I got. Just a plate.
I barely share anything now. I don't want nobody to know anything.
I ain't gonna lie. At one point in time, if I saw a girl by the tile steps,
and still,
yeah,
right, I was like, damn, all right, damn, all right, I see you, right? It's like, yeah, you're right. I think it is a status thing. At the end of the day, a lot of people want to feel important. So however way they get it, if it's somebody paying for it or if they're pulling the money together, they're trying to showcase an experience just so that way they can obtain a certain reputation. And I'm not mad at it, but now it's become oversaturated, which is why prices are going up through the roof. And now some people are like, this don't even make sense.
And people are so fake now. It's kind of like, what's next after this? After there's you can't put prices any higher, and you can't have less of it. Like, you're not even having that great of a time. So now what's next? What are people gonna do next?
It goes back to the original. It goes back to parks,
so? Like,
parks and barbecues. I think down south got it. Down south always has it over us. We just don't do it out here.
Yeah, like the cowboy steps and the park, the grills, and I want to have a kickback so bad.
My very first time at like a wealthy party in LA, I was like, this is the wackest shit ever.
Yeah, me too.
I'm like, what the fuck is this? And I'm like, what are y'all like? This is weird.
It's like they bought that culture everywhere though.
And now that's how. Yeah, that's exactly how everything is now.
Everybody was like, I'm sexy. And
I'm too good for everything.
Too good for everything. That's what it felt like in LA.
I was like,
and now everybody's too good for everything. It's like everybody just goes everywhere just to look their best and pull the finest or the richest. That's it.
And just stand there.
Yeah.
By the bathrooms.
Hey girl. Hey girl.
You heard? Did you hear me?
I like this. What's this?
So tell us where Jack got from, so we go all order.
I actually don't know.
I'm done sharing.
You look like
Aaron.
You look like white man can jump. Blank NYC. Yeah, I like that. I like this. I can tell what material is, like how it's thin. I like
okay, with the sneaker, you got that back in the day look. Like you about to do.
Hey, you see
I see the brim.
I just have to.
You got.
I figured you would appreciate the fit.
I love it.
Starter pack.
First one.
Huh?
It's the starter pack.
Of what?
It's like the rapper,
That
like
was the brand, the starter brand.
Oh, starter, like the jackets.
The hat too.
No, the hat was what's his face first brought that out.
From
Spike
Wesley
Lee.
Snipes.
It was from White Man Can't Jump.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh yeah, I knew it. I love that.
Woody
I love
Harrelson.
the long flat brim.
Exactly. I actually did like kind
Sidney
of curve
Dean.
it to see
So
how
it
it
could
would
get-
look.
oh,
I was like,
okay.
no, it looked crazy as hell.
You got the old school thing down.
Sidney
Patrick.
Dean. That was
So yeah.
welcome.
So about
Sidney Dean.
gatekeeping.
I'm not a gatekeeper, but I also don't blast things.
Okay.
Like I do stuff and I don't post.
Okay.
You
So
know
then
what
you
I
are
mean?
gatekeeping.
I don't think
No.
it's gatekeeping.
That's
I
not the
think
same.
it's
Being
because
private.
It's not even being private. Like it's not I'm not obligated to share.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But if I see someone out and like, hey, Erin, blah, 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 like, you know somebody here? Yeah, I know such and such. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I don't,
go out to say names and to do stuff.
yeah, exactly. I
Chill.
don't,
Just chill, low key.
exactly.
Just chill.
Yeah. And what's crazy is now when I see something, I have like a child fit. Like if I go down to something and I see one of my secret places and I see like one of those popular places posted, I like melt down my chair and I'm like, yo, like I have a fit. I do not want to see one of my favorite places be blasted. Once I see it, I'm
Going
just like,
viral.
it's over. Like I'll never be able to do this again. It's nothing like going somewhere that used to be your secret. And you know your little boo spot, like, yeah, let me bring my boo here because don't nobody be here. It's fire, it's nice, whatever. And then now, like, everywhere you go, you see somebody, and you know people just be the talking. So it's like, that's why I be gatekeeping because it's like,
I think the food changes when you do that. As far as restaurants, I feel like it's not as good anymore.
quality
Yeah.
goes down.
'Cause I think now they're cooking faster because they got so many more people and the flavor's going.
They try to get better profit margins.
They not marinated as long anymore.
the lettuce is bigger. And it's
Yeah.
not even.
The lettuce is
It
bigger.
used to be romaine. Now they using that iceberg.
Yes, shredded it up.
I'm not gonna
Yeah.
lie. If you serve me an iceberg salad, you
me
gotta
ta-
take this back.
Let me tell you,
What am I supposed to do with this iceberg?
the quality of stuff goes down so like it's so bad.
I'm gonna tell you the place to be though.
Where? Don't
Houston?
tell us. Just come
No.
on the mic.
At your house.
Yeah.
That is the place to be. And what I realized is people who are out a lot oftentimes aren't comfortable at their homes. Or they don't feel like you know how when you just get home, you be like,
Yeah.
like they don't feel that when they get home.
Ooh, kick your shoes off, run to your favorite rug, and just whoo.
Yeah. Well, I wear house shoes in my house, but yeah.
Yeah, when I get in my room, I put my feet in this little.
Is it like
So
it's
be
like
feeling
shag?
like you on.
It's a alpaca. And
Oh, yeah, so it's kinda long.
It's the hairs are long, but it's
Yeah.
a really thick, deep rug.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness! I put my toes in my rug, and I just feel it's like the anxiety just goes
Being at
away.
home, being at
Grounding.
home is
Yes.
if
I'm
you
not
enjoy
gonna
your
lie.
house,
That's
you got all the food you need,
Tuh.
all the drinks you need.
what you should as an adult.
Yeah.
Honestly, how you need to be outside is something different. I feel like if you're in your 40s and you need to be outside, that's you got to seek help. Honestly,
Yeah.
Or even when you partying, we be like, hey, y'all can come to the house.
Huh. I like to. Oh, yeah. Like, what happened to that?
Y'all can come to the house.
What happened to people being able to hang out and just sit and talk at the house?
Now niggas is posting pictures at your house. Like, yo, get out of
And
my
you're
living
married,
room.
Right. Got their foot on your table
No.
with the video up. You know, posting it like I like to have a good stay at home, hang out with the friends. One of us cook. You know, like bring the kids over if we got kids. Those used to be the good old, like I remember growing up and my mom used to have me, I don't know how many aunties I had.
Boy.
Like we used to be hanging out at the friend's house and, you know, the kids would just play together. Like
And you
the
wasn't
kids,
about to tell your mama you was tired or you was ready to go.
no, because you're there for as long as mom wants to be there.
You know
Whatever
what? A lot of
conversation you're
people
having.
probably be embarrassed about their house. Because I know,
Now.
like, my friend, he's in Taiwan right now. And, like, this one dude, it was him and his girl. And this dude was like, yo, y'all got to meet my house. Y'all got to come to my house and see my crib. Because he actually is Google's interior designer for one of the buildings in there. And, he showed me videos of his house. He got an Andy Warhol inside of a glass wall. But the wall, like, the whole wall is glass. So you feel like you can touch it, but you can't. But, like he's like, you looking at it, looks like you're in a futuristic place. So it's like, when you got a dope ass crib, you can't wait to have somebody come through and just look and appreciate. But when you just got some regular shit, you be like, just fuck my crib. Like,
you know what?
That's not. Yeah, go ahead.
No, you go first.
I just think that like if it's good enough for you and it's home to you and it feels good to you, that's all that matters. Because I can guarantee you, like my grandparents hosted thousands of people and parties at their house growing up. It was a regular 3-bedroom ranch. You know, wait, is it three or 4 bedrooms, whatever?
Wood panel wall.
Modest.
Wood panel wall.
The house, literally, the middle room that had the wood paneling.
It's always a wood panel wall.
It is still in there today. It's been painted, but it is still in there today. I keep telling my mama, we gonna sheetrock that soon. Carpet been changed, but that paneling is still there.
It's gonna say there.
And that's a problem. People are not even able to like hang out and have good, like cozy family type style fun anymore because everyone's so insecure about what they have or where they are in life at this time. You know, it's like everyone's so like, I don't know, ashamed or whatever. It's like, just because your friend is 22 and has this big apartment or whatever and maybe doing OnlyFans shouldn't make you feel
That's my content room. Close the door.
That's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, sis has this
what
nice
the fuck
place.
is in your couch?
Right. And dude, too.
You know, it's a wand.
Like, you know, that's a plug. Plug what? Like,
plug what?
So people have these things, you know, and it's making other people not want to. It makes them feel less than, and that's not good for the culture. I don't think it's good, especially for children. Like, not children, but like younger people making so much money earlier. It's like,
but that's not normal. That's the thing.
Not, and it's shifting a lot. Like a lot of young people are in control of a lot, and they have a lot of influence on older and younger people right now.
I feel like I would compare like the way things were, and obviously I wasn't alive at the time, but like the 70s where people was just free and doing all kind of drugs and like, just that time when people were partying, like when you think of like Jimi Hendrix, that was early 80s.
You talking about Soul
late
Train?
70s?
Late 70s.
Like, but just that time, I feel like they partied.
Dance music.
And then I think that the next generation to party after them was millennials. And then I think it's gonna skip another generation, then maybe somebody else will party. You gotta think about it. We had dance music. Everything was dancing. Like on the way here, I was listening to like Young Jock, Rocco, Yeen.
That's
like,
what I do.
Things you actually like, even though they were like gangster songs or whatever, like it was still like something you could groove to and dance to, you know? I think like, how do you have a club and people don't dance?
Because they're singing She Was a Fairy.
I think it's just us.
Makes sense.
I think it's just the black people and the Spanish people, the rap, hip hop culture. Because them white people still be at them raves and them EDMs are bigger than ever.
I go to those clubs.
And me too. I go. Listen, I haven't, but I would.
Really
they got.
Listen, around the corner from where you about to move.
That's my spot. Yeah.
They got a place called Blackbird. I was in there getting it in. When I tell
lit,
you,
right? Yo, they party. You got to party with the white people.
Yes, party with the white people.
Party with the white people with the white music. It don't stop.
Drinks be $6.
All ages. That's legal. And
That's a different type of
party.
No, it's a different type of white. Like, I'm more of a let's go to the bar and listen to like.
Oh, nah, they wear neon colors.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
I like both.
Not even yacht rock.
And
It's more
lit.
like
It's lit.
182, Green Day.
I feel like the
you know.
hip hop culture takes advantage of us.
Nah, you need some Zoo, ZHU. I'm about to put y'all on game.
What about like DJ Snake and?
Yeah, I mean that's cool too, but you got go.
That's too old.
I got
Yeah, a lot, like you said about the drugs. I think the timeline has changed with the drugs too because there's so much fentanyl going around that I mean, you can die. And back in the day, you could do Quaaludes and everything. Nobody really died. I mean, people died, but.
Kind of like AIDS. Remember how everybody was like, oh my God, AIDS? That's how everybody is now about fentanyl. Like, oh my God.
Stay away from it.
And if that wasn't prevalent, then they would really be partying like we used to party.
But
And
the
I think
reason
now it's just weed and edibles.
Business casual.
Yeah.
You're just trying to
With
chill.
your
laser,
with your belt.
Yeah.
What?
But the reason white people know how to party is because they're not trying to rip people off. All of us, like our culture, our parties are a ripoff. Like, it's a ripoff. I go to those white clubs. Yes, over $100 for a bottle that you could get from the you could get from the store yourself.
Liquid?
Yes, of liquid. And you go to these white parties and you have $8 specials. And you walk around with your cup. You sweating from the neck. Your shirt a little loose. Ain't nobody judging you.
Yo, when I went
you might break down in the middle real quick, do a little spin. You can't do none of that around our people.
I went to Kentucky and I remember I went to the bar. Like, we were at this club in Kentucky and I went to this bar and they told me it was $4 a shot. I didn't even know, right? I was like, let me get Casamigos. He poured it. 2. All right. I'm like, how much is this? He's like, $8. I was like, what? I said, run this bitch up.
Everybody gets a shot.
Run this bitch up. You know how much a shot is in New York? $20, bro. It's $20 for a shot. Like,
that's impressive to me.
And
that's where I have a good time.
yeah, like,
That's the problem.
I save my good time for a time like that. I don't gotta go anywhere until I find me a nice, cheap little spot. I be at the crib. I ain't gonna lie. Like,
be drunk going live.
that's the shift. You got $3 shots.
And y'all still don't know why. See, the thing is, when you villainize a whole demographic of people just because of the way that they were born, like, y'all made men turn conservative because y'all villainized them every chance you got. This is y'all's doing.
They were asking
right.
They were asking. There's this. I can't think of the page, but there's a guy. He goes up to people like randomly in Houston, and he'll be like, "Can you name the books of the Bible?"
Oh.
And man, some people don't know like
Nothing.
None.
Oh, this one guy who was
It'd be like
in
Revelations.
Target.
Revelation.
Not even that.
It'd be one. It's this one guy that was like in
King
Target,
James.
and he was like, "I'll give you $50 if you can read me a verse from the Bible." And most of the times, it's like a woman, like an older woman or something that does it good. But a lot of people,
Child, I was
that's
at
a whole
Vacation
nother
Bible
conversation.
School.
I hope one day we can have a really good religious debate, but it won't be today. Yeah, I got some stuff.
Yeah, I ain't bring my Bible.
Child, I've been learning. I've been like, I can't wait for us to talk about this on the podcast. I'm gonna get them now. I got evidence. I found the evidence. I knows it now.
She wrote it down.
Yeah, I used to just be saying stuff. Now I'm just like, now I know for sure. Okay, let's go. Oh, you waiting for me?
You got the book.
See, I wanted to put it so bad. Okay. So I saw that liberal women ages 18 to 40. It doesn't say what race though. I think I got a little too deep over here. You
started journaling.
Yeah, I started journaling. I started getting off topic. Y'all know how I do.
She got a grocery list over there. Ain't nothing in that book.
I didn't take my medicine.
So when we get deeper in the conversation, I can bring in these notes.
Yeah.
So you tell me the beginning notes, and then we'll go in because I have probably a little late.
I dropped a little late.
Got my pill a little late.
Yeah, I think it's that. I think you're right. I think the alcohol is down and the drug use is up.
And I love it for them because I was never a downer type of guy anyways. So like this whole weed shit was whack to me when it first came out. Liquor was cool because it was the only thing to do. But if you could have fun on the upper, I'm not mad at it. As long as it's a safe one, not a fetty one. You know what I mean? So if they're partying and they're doing these big groups and having like crazy parties, but there's still drug use. Yeah. I just don't think it's alcohol consumption.
Bring back.
Yeah.
What?
What's that?
It was made out of geese, like the foot of a goose. Like they used to. Yeah.
Thank you, Sweet Pea.
Well,
I think. Well, what I was saying.
I don't know. But
wait, what y'all said about
the hell of a drug? You know?
Yeah, I mean, when I knew, I knew.
I'm lying. I really don't even know how to do tea tree.
It's smelling like real like
oil. Smell like tea tree? Hair oil.
Yeah, like a good sheen. Is that oil sheen? Back in the day, oil sheen. You get a little nice flat wrap.
Isoplush.
I feel like her name would be Sherry or something.
You can definitely see Sherry.
The actress. She was usually a mother. She almost looked like my mom. I'm gonna figure it out. Y'all talk.
Not Nia Long, right?
No. She was older than that. She's an older woman. She's like
see TikTok stuff.
I'm trying to learn that dance, but I can't get the.
I do not want to see a video of.
Well, not that. They like.
And they gotta stop because TikTok be crazy, yo. TikTok is like too. Like, I don't want to say inclusive, but it's too inclusive. Like
that's why they don't. That's why they not drinking. They ain't got enough time to drink.
I was like,
everybody
y'all
want
doing the same dance because what Rome was doing.
He was doing this, and I was meaning to do this.
That one, but the way I saw it,
okay,
I'm probably already wrong.
Oh, no, it could have been a person that was being.
But they had somebody on. They had somebody on TikTok going viral doing a dance, but she had no arms.
Yeah,
and I'd be like, because
good for her.
I'm proud of her.
She's like, that's funny. Don't laugh.
Zach, there's something I wanted to bring up, but I'll bring it up later.
Alan said you were talking about something before.
Well, I was saying that because they were talking about okay. So first he was saying about like people becoming more conservative, but I feel like it's the men that are becoming more conservative. Like the women are more like they just freedom. Like they're just more like they want to have the freedom to do whatever they want. And that's what I was seeing when I was
whatever they want are things that women have typically not been able to do. Yeah,
things that we usually get looked down upon for doing. You know what I'm saying?
Like
just
having jobs?
Well, first of all,
voting?
The freedom of abortion. Like, I mean, I don't
But the thing is they've been having abortions.
Yeah.
There was just no constitutional protection.
But I guess their body, their rules type stuff. You know what's crazy? I really don't know what goes under that. When I think about it, like what's making you so like liberal and what are the things that differentiates between, like a liberal woman and a conservative woman? Like a conservative, they were saying basically the conservative women is like, okay, they have more like, okay, they get married, they have the community behind them, they're like a traditional
values.
Woman, like traditional values woman. And then, so
but what does that look like? Because I think if we want to attach, sorry, not we. If you're gonna attach like a name to it, right. What does that look like?
Right. What does it look like?
I'm asking you.
Yeah, well, help me.
You got the book.
Yeah.
Well, man, y'all know I'm just learning how to take notes.
Well, you know what? I'm not gonna lie. I didn't really know how to study and take notes until law school.
See, you see what I'm talking about?
I used to be writing everything down.
And I'm just like, I was just reading the articles and writing down keynotes.
Demographics.
Alpaca.
Okay, so
I used to write everything.
One thing about...
Like, sir, you are skipping the slides too fast. I did not get that word.
Right.
No, that's literally how I used to study.
So they say conservative women are more likely to be married and attend church weekly and share strong emphasis on traditional values and faith. But what I don't know is, what are the liberal women doing?
The opposite.
Partying?
No, they going to church too.
Okay.
They just wearing a Shein dress.
They dancing with the devil.
Okay. They're dancing with the devil. Okay. So,
because if they going to church weekly, and if you look at it from our lens as Black people, who's in the church? The majority, like what's the demographic? The majority demographic in the church?
Women.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So how is that not conservative?
Yeah, that's true.
They were the ones who were once liberals.
I don't know. I'm just based on the things that she just mentioned about being a conservative woman. That's why I asked what it looked like.
They said they're happier.
It's on page 4.
I got it all jumbled up. Let me go to page 7.
You said they're happier?
Yeah, they said women that are conservative women, they said that they're happier. The percentage is happier. Now, what I can say though is, I guess I wonder if I've been a liberal. Obviously, I probably was, right?
Define liberal, or what's liberal to you?
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't really see a problem with abortion, and I just felt like, it's, I can.
Do you see a problem with abortion now?
Yes.
What's the problem?
Now I do. Well, I don't think it's a problem. I mean, I do think it's a problem.
What is it about it that you oppose?
See, the thing is, I would be splitting the fence because I understand that it's situational. So it's like, it depends on the situation. It depends. Like, people do get. I'm not saying that I'm pro-abort. I mean, I'm against abortion. I'm just saying that I do see like how it can be like looked down on. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can see how like taking your child out and like, it depends on the situation, because you have some people out here that are just like, oh, I want to live my life, but you got pregnant. So it's like, now you have to, the child has to suffer, it's alive and it has to suffer from, because once you're pregnant,
they kept it and then they can't
Okay.
provide for it. I thought that's what you were saying.
No, I was saying like if you decide to have an abortion because you want to still go out and party.
Say that the child is dying from your frivolous action.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you said it stayed alive.
No,
No,
the
I'm
child
saying
is
the
alive.
child is alive. So you choosing to get rid of a human that's alive in your body because you just don't want to be responsible is different
it a human?
for me.
I mean, can it survive?
That's one of the arguments.
That's the argument.
Yep.
I seen a video that supposedly like zoomed in to like some crazy degree where you can actually see like the abortion, the pill within the 8 week window killing the baby.
And the baby suffering.
And like you literally, I don't know if it was real or not, but when I
Sounds
saw
like AI. Is it real like that song?
I think it was the camera was put into there. I seen one with a camera being put into there.
I'm waiting for him to finish.
but like it showed like what it looked like, and then it like zoomed out, and it kept zooming out, and then eventually it was just like a seed. But it was like, damn, like if that's really how that shit died, I felt bad. I was like, damn, I wanted to do that to my daughter at one point.
See?
Like I was like,
See? No, but for real.
she made it though. like
She made it.
But that's the thing that like I don't know. Like so again, I am not saying that I'm judging anyone because I've had the experience. And so I'm not saying like, oh, I think that it should just be banned or stopped. But I do.
That means you're pro-choice.
So I'm a liberal.
That is a liberal quality. I don't think that makes you a liberal.
I think I split the fence on both in a way. I can't be just one because I do feel strongly about like the, like having faith in your family and, my feelings are changing about a lot of things that weren't the same before. So that's why.
Are your feelings that are changing based off of like outside opinions or just where you are in your life?
Just
right
where
now?
I am in my life and the things that I'm doing now that are making me more like, I don't know, just make like
More
for
conscious
example,
of your decisions.
Yeah, of my decisions. And I am like a born again Christian now. So it's like just reading my Bible and listening to prophets and, going to church faithfully and stuff. And understanding the Bible now, like not just saying like, oh, this lane is, this verse is about this or whatever, but really understanding what I'm reading or understanding. That's just me personally though, not to make people feel like, oh, you got to be religious, whatever. It's just like now that I'm older, more mature, I can see, like, I can understand the conservative side, but I'm not a complete conservative type situation.
What are you when you just do what's best for you? What is like is that a conservative liberal? What is that like when
That's what I'm saying. Me
I'm worried
splitting.
about myself and I'm going to make the best choice for my life. Do you have to be on a side for that?
That's what I don't know. Because it sounds like, would that be liberal if you're just doing you? That's what I was trying to ask. Anybody know?
Erin would know.
Say it again.
We got Google.
What?
Google.
He was saying like, what is it when you just choose you? Like, it's just.
Where's the Google definition?
I mean, I think that.
Do you without harming anyone else?
Did you see what Candace Owens said? Like when she was having the interview with Jason Lee, and she was talking about like, if you're born a man, you're a man. If you're born a woman, you're a woman. And then they were, she brought up the situation where that woman was saying that she was black, and everybody was like, "Oh,
Rachel Dolezal."
Yeah, Rachel Dolezal," and they were saying she making it a big spectacle, but people are okay with accepting that people are trans. So, what's the word for that? I don't really think there is even a word for it. It's kind of like,
Why don't people just mind their
not to
business?
say that I agree, but there are like medical procedures and things done for people to change their gender. Not saying that I am on any side, but you literally cannot change your race. You can't change that.
Michael Jackson did.
No, he didn't.
Michael
He had
Jackson did it.
Huh?
He had vitiligo. His
What
autoimmune
about
disease
Sammy
changed
Sosa?
That's
think he-
cake soap.
Yeah.
So because you can change it,
He's white.
No, he's not. He's actually black. Back to
Sammy
his color.
Sosa? He got
Yes.
back to his color?
So you
can change it.
So did Cartel. Yeah.
So
Black Cartel is back.
So you can
Oh,
go.
he definitely
so
is.
you can go from white to black to white. So you can change your race.
can trans men
No.
have children?
No.
A trans man. Yes. Because trans.
Okay, a trans woman.
A trans woman. No.
You transition to a woman, so you can't get pregnant.
Correct.
Right.
Yeah.
I guess what's the question?
I don't know.
We-
Okay, let's move on. Sorry, y'all.
No, actually, I actually think this is a great topic.
if you're looking to actually put like a finite definition on like what your beliefs are, when your beliefs, you don't see your beliefs as weighing heavily on one side or
Right.
the other. It's kind of like, listen, I just want to mind my business and not hurt people
Right.
and do what's best for my body, do what's best for my family. Like, what do you call that?
But not being a citizen, I don't know. Like, I don't know, because it's like
You said not being a citizen?
because listen, that's why it's difficult when it
Individual.
comes to voting for me. Because I'm just like, I'm leaning a little bit here, I'm leaning a little bit there. Like, I've always had a problem with even voting because of that. Because it's like,
Oh wow.
oh my gosh.
I feel
No,
like,
it's interesting.
why
I've
do
never
we
heard
have
that.
labels for literally everything?
I agree. That was actually my next
Yeah.
question.
Because I feel like some people aren't like hard conservatives or hard liberals. I feel like a lot of people are just in the middle. They might agree with some of this, they might agree with some of that, even with voting.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. It can't happen with the Democrat or Republic. Like, you can't be
Yeah,
in the
but
middle of things.
there's so many candidates that you do
Okay.
what's best for you. You vote for whoever aligns most with what you believe in.
Right.
But everything doesn't have to be politically based. Like, I think that you can feel one way about taxes and money. You can feel another way about social issues. You can feel another way about issues between men and women and those types of roles. But it doesn't have to have a title, like you just said.
Yeah.
You know, you can, matter of fact, just call me a Southern Baptist or a Catholic, whatever. Just call me. It doesn't matter, because under those titles, I'm still going to do whatever it is I want to do. I'm going to believe what it is I want to believe. You know what I mean? I could be a stone cold MAGA Republican and still be like, man, these trans people are not bothering me. It is not adding or taking away from my life. It's not doing anything to impede on any rights that I have. So why would I have such a strong position against them? Why? Why would I use any resource in my heart, in my brain, in my just anything in my being to take a position against somebody that really doesn't matter to me?
Well, if
there's
you
no-
don't
The
pick
children.
a side, they're gonna put you on a side.
Right.
So even if you try to avoid, there is no avoiding a label, right? And the thing is, people have been categorizing things because they don't understand things since the history of time. So they just come up with something to make you feel a part of something because you believe in a piece of something. And that's what happens now. So if you are in agreement with me, you are now the opposition. If I don't believe that women should be promiscuous, I'm all of a sudden a misogynist. No, I'm kidding. but you know, or I'm red pill, right? But if I just challenge any one thing, that automatically throws a label on me. So I think some people just embrace a label because they understand they're damned if they do and they're damned if they don't, because you can't play the fence. At least here, you're either you're left or you're right. And when you're in the middle, you get pushed to left or right, depending on what you say. So with that being said, do what you want to do. But understand you have to take the criticism that comes with it, because there's always going to be an opposite belief of yours. And it's important to not get strung out about what somebody is saying you are, what somebody does identify you as. Because at the end of the day, if you are comfortable and can stand on what you believe in, nobody can push you or sway you left or right or in the middle, wherever the fuck it might be. So that's my take on it.
I think that was a cool take. Speaking of labels, do you think do you think Megan Thee Stallion should be labeled a liar?
If
she lied.
Yeah, do you think she
I was
lied?
about to say, are what
think she should
they're
go to prison
saying
if she lied.
now, are we taking that as fact? Are these things true?
He's not in jail because he supposedly shot her. He's in jail because he had a weapon. He's not supposed to.
Well, alleged, because the weapon also had none of his fingerprints.
Was it registered to him?
No.
So why are they saying it's his?
because of hearsay, two people said they testified against him, essentially.
Oh,
and
And they just found out there was no gun residue on him, and they didn't test the other 2 other people that were in the car, and they were saying like this is what he was like fighting about. Like, listen, just do this.
sounds like that's what the police messed up on.
But
Remember the
that's
OJ
politics.
case?
That's literally politics.
now-
if you got the money, like if someone is trying to hide something, that means the investigation wasn't done properly, because they're also saying that she didn't even have bullet fragments. She didn't really have. I mean, again, I don't know what's true or what's false, so I don't want to get tore up. But
now they're saying
there was no bullet fragments.
they're saying that
A doctor is not willing to lose their license over that kind of bullshit.
It's happened plenty of times.
That's what I'm saying. There's so
You're
many
not willing
like
to lose your. Think about it. There's nothing else you can do to make money to live in the United States of America. You got to be a goddamn fool to be willing to lie to get and put your medical license at risk. I can imagine the police line. I can imagine the prosecutor, maybe not the prosecutor, not even the judge. I can imagine the police line. Anybody who has a license, they're required to have a license to do their job. They are not giving that up.
I know some doctors.
Oh, I'm on
that's in
Tory's
jail.
side. I'm on Megan's side. Like, bitch, I'm on my side.
But I'm saying, what if they
He
were
was
paid
blaming
out?
Rock
They could have
Nation.
got paid out.
How much money is that?
Because some of those people work for these big.
How much money is that?
people. I don't know how much, but I'm just
Sorry.
saying people do have for example, you might have an officer, or you might have you might have people that you pay off, and I think, again, this is just what my thoughts. I think that people are involved in these cases and are able to get some hush money, and then it's like whoever got the most. I mean, because he was an independent artist. I think there was a lot of things going on, like just in the music industry that, one person had one artist, one person was trying to get another artist. I don't know. But I think that there was a lot of hush money being pushed around. But again, I don't
if the body, allegedly, there's going to be evidence coming out. I think they said within the next 36 hours.
Has the appeal already been filed?
I believe it was in the process of being filed. I don't know right before he got stabbed. I don't know if it's been filed now.
No. I'm sorry. Was the appeal filed prior to the press conference?
I don't know. But I do know that allegedly within the next 36 hours, there's going to be body cam footage that they have now gotten from the officer that's going to have made.
Why didn't they turn that over?
Right.
Because
That's what I'm saying.
I mean, you got to remember, this.
Politics.
I don't know why we sit here and think that people are doing the right thing. In fact,
Never.
when
It's not about that, but you have to think about these body cams.
I know it has a new evidence. I don't know when it was, but I would assume it was recently because of that. That it is including the new evidence.
Okay, that was the whole point that I wanted to know.
What were you going to say
But,
about the body cam?
It's not like somebody just walking around with like a tape on, like a videotape, and then they responsible for taking that videotape and turning it in at the end of the night. Like there's like a whole system that this body cam footage goes through.
My body cam footage disappeared when they stole my lockbox after I had a party this summer. And there's no way for it to be accounted for. I put in a complaint. I did all this stuff. But because they wanted to keep my money,
But that doesn't mean it
body cam
disappeared.
footage is gone, girl. We have done
Allegedly
everything we
disappeared,
can. The body cam footage is gone. I'm telling you.
There's
so
somebody-
again, when it comes to these police can do whatever they want.
They do.
And that's what I said. I said if anybody's willing to risk something, it's going to be
They
a
be
cop.
willing to risk it.
It's a
Yeah.
cop.
But so if, again, to answer your question, if this body cam footage does come out or is at least brought to the public where she openly admits that she had just stepped on glass and that's how she got the wound to her foot, then yeah, she should be labeled a liar. Yeah, she should face some type of consequence. Yeah, they said that she actually admits that she stepped on glass.
That's what I heard.
That's what
too.
they're
That's
saying.
what
She
stepped on
admit
that.
to it.
And the bodyguard
But this is
came out.
my thing. Why didn't they do all of this extensive like gathering of evidence prior to
You don't think they did?
deciding? But why is this all coming up now? And why is it so unfair for someone to say, hey, there's more information out there, but they're already behind bars? So it's like if people can't do their jobs properly.
I think part of that, I'm going to be honest, like the bodyguard, I'm like, why are you just now coming?
Thank you.
But that's his bodyguard, right?
I think people were saying stuff before though, but it was like nobody cared.
No, I think it was.
No, that was the girl's
It was Kelsey's
bodyguard.
bodyguard.
It was
Kelsey's
he
bodyguard.
said that he didn't come forward because he wanted to protect her.
But people were saying stuff about Kelsey before, and even I think
her
she
name
had a
has been
confessed
floating
sex.
around forever.
Yeah.
So the fact that y'all put somebody behind bars without,
But he
taking
also
those things in
didn't say that
consideration,
Kelsey shot her.
that could be the reason.
So you could.
But
you
they
had
said
an
that he was
opportunity
on
to
a.
speak up.
They said that he couldn't even testify. His attorney said that he couldn't testify or say anything because he
That's
had a
not
gag
true.
order on him.
But
That's not true.
That's what she said.
crazy.
That's not true. You can't. That is literally your constitutional right, is to be able to testify. If someone is accusing you of something, you have the right to defend yourself.
Yeah, I mean, you should talk to his attorney.
No.
That's what she said.
Listen, his attorney may have said, because a lot of times defendant, it's not good for a defendant to get on the stand.
Yeah.
So his lawyer was probably like, based on the facts that we have, based on what I know that you've told me, based on what has been unearthed, it's probably not a good idea for you to get on the stand. But it's still up to the defendant to make a decision as to whether they want to be on the stand or not. Like, he would have to go through months and months and months of prep in order to be able to, like, do the mental gymnastics it would take to outsmart the prosecution and keep track of what he's saying. Like, it's just so much stuff it would take for him to be able to be on the stand and not get obliterated
And that's a
by the
trick.
prosecution. End of the day, it's about what you can prove.
The
But yeah,
judicial
so if they
system
do
is
prove it,
terrible.
I think that'd be great for him. And if it's, if the proof comes back against him, then he's already taking his consequence.
I would really want to know why he wouldn't say, I'm sorry, the bodyguard.
Maybe he didn't think he was gonna get them years.
Maybe he got that.
That he just
got
also
that bad.
stabbed 14
Oh
times.
no,
So
yeah, I
so
think
now
it
his
was
life is at
the.
risk.
conscious that
Yeah, I think it was the.
But
kill.
A lot of people
But if
can't
you
live
know
with that.
somebody that's doing state time, this ain't the feds. He's doing state time. And you're okay with that? It is not like he's saying it'd be different if, like, if I shot the person and I'm like, no, they did it. Shit up, you're bad. But literally, nothing's gonna happen to him if he testifies. So for him to sit on that shit lame to me. Like, why would you do that? And so now you have a change of heart because he was stabbed?
Something was being covered up.
People be scared. I mean,
No.
Tory's father was saying that this was all Rock Nation. This was all Rock Nation's doing, and we all know Jay-Z. And that bodyguard was like, he probably got a call from Hove's little mans. It was like, go ahead, I dare you. He's like, you know what, fuck it. Yeah, I dare you. Like, I dare you.
Man,
Go
it was
ahead.
funny as hell.
And then, he's like, all right, I'm gonna be quiet. But then
But right, like
Really.
a lot of people can't live with murder on their conscience. So if he makes it out, if he would have made it out without this near-death experience, it probably would have been a lot easier for them to be quiet. Now that he sees that, he had to be transported, I think via helicopter, both his lungs collapsed. He was stabbed multiple times in his head, his back, and all these other
They know
different
who did
places. Yeah. They had the picture of the guy.
Oh,
the
really?
sad part is, if he's innocent and he's being kept from his kid, like, and now he's experiencing this tragic situation.
It happens all the time. There's a guy today, literally today, I was on the phone with, he had been convicted, he'd been wrongfully convicted, served almost 25 years in prison for a murder that he wasn't even in the state. They said he murdered somebody in Brooklyn when he was in Disney World with his family. He had the receipt when he paid a phone bill back in the day over there. You had to pay in store. So he paid at Orlando, had the receipt in his pocket for the exact time and day that they said that this man was shot and killed. And they withheld that evidence.
Yeah.
And he had to, you know how he got out?
Oh.
His son's mother, right? They broke up. Somebody pushed her in front of a train in New York. And ultimately she survived and sued and won X amount of dollars, and that allowed them to pay to reopen the case.
Oh.
Otherwise, he would be serving life in prison to this day for a murder he never committed. And he just came home, I think, 2016 or 2018.
It's terrible. It fails people every day, and it's so unfair. Like, I don't trust nothing.
I mean, he did get paid. He did get paid.
Yeah, that's
But not enough for the
many
time
people-
served.
Yeah, not-
time
yeah,
served.
yeah.
You're being violated probably. How many men can sit in prison for 20 years and not have your manhood violated in some kind of way. So that affects you. And then there's this act. I'm just saying, like, there's this act.
We just went all the way to.
I'm sorry, but there's this act. Like, imagine what people are going through that are innocent. Like, this is crazy. The judicial system is terrible. Like, it needs to be, I don't know. But then there's this.
Well,
act.
actually, it's working the way it was intended to work.
Yeah, it is, but not for the people that just don't have
No,
money.
it's working the way it was intended to work.
Oh,
Exactly.
okay, I get it. That went over my head. Okay.
I just really want, if the bodyguard really knows that Kelsey shot Megan, like, first of all, that's piss poor. He should have been said something, but like, I don't know. I don't know. I just can't imagine. I'm saying with how I feel about things and like what will bother me. Again, if somebody was in my place and I actually did the crime, I'm like,
Right.
you know, things went the way they were supposed to go. But I feel like if I have information and I know something is like totally wrong and I saw it with my own eyes, I wouldn't be able to like sit on that.
That's literally like street code too. Like that's just something
I ain't
that
from the
people do.
streets.
I know, but I'm saying like that's something. No, I'm not saying that that's like, I'm saying like people will sit
corporate
in
too.
jail.
It'd be
nobody
corporate
finna come
code
beat
too.
me up.
Will sit in jail and know everything that happened,
Yeah.
but because they can't snitch, like that's a part of a culture. That is so that's
Let
so
me out.
manipulative.
Right.
Like
I'm telling.
a whole culture of people are
I'll be like,
operating
call a
that.
DA. I got some information.
Man.
I feel like this whole Tory Meg situation has always been so confusing to me just because of all of the information that was being put out there that just never seemed to add up. Because if we are going to call Meg a liar, there's two things. This is how I feel about it. Maybe she truly thought that it was him on one end, right? But then she also came out and said he had the gun and said, "Dance, bitch." Remember that? Oh.
And that was the nuts part.
So it's like, if he really didn't do it, where did that detail come from?
And where is his fingerprints from when he said "dance, bitch"? Because that gun had no fingerprints and he had no gloves.
They had just watched Harlem Nights. That's the only place that could have came from.
He said "dance, bitch," and then started shooting at the ground. What? Yo, and this is.
It's one of those situations where
I think they were all drunk too.
That's what I'm
They
saying.
were.
When you're drunk,
'Cause I think that's part of the problem.
yeah, we don't know what happened.
She heard "dance, bitch," but the nigga didn't even say nothing.
This is, like, that's what.
He said "dip."
Yeah, Kylie Jenner's house, and she was
Supposedly
Yes,
he
upset and
was
drunk. flirting with Kylie or something. I don't remember what it was.
Tory, he was probably doing his thing,
I did see a clip online about like if we were gonna now start calling Meg a liar, and then they like panned to this other video where she was on Gail.
Talking about she didn't have sex with
And then she
Yeah.
said, "So what? I lied." Like she came out on a lie.
And then she said, "Yes, I lied to Gail. I didn't know she was gonna ask me that." And it was just like, okay,
And you cried.
didn't know that she was gonna ask you that, but why lie? And she like it was
because she was with her man. She was with that man partisan, particle.
was she?
Yes. That's why he made that whole mixtape talk about you's a liar, bitch. Beep, beep. You's a whore. Like,
He's a whore.
that's
Well, they
the
all
song.
said that.
Was the song. So
so
Thoughts
from
and prayers to that guy.
yeah, I'm thinking and praying. Write a little prayer in the book for them.
oh, thank you. I will. I
Yeah,
forgot my
matter of
pen over
fact,
there.
Say a
Oh,
little
I'm gonna say my prayers. Who else we put in here?
Forever
Cassie
and ever.
or Diddy? Which one? You can pick one. You can only pick one.
So
So you gonna put in there?
You can put one. Who we putting in the prayer book? We either put in Tory or Megan, and then Cassie or Diddy.
It's not Tory or Megan. It would be because it was the state against Tory.
Oh, okay. So I got to pray for the state or Tory? I ain't gonna pray for Newton. I'm just gonna mind my business. Okay.
All
So
right.
now what we watching?
So from one confusing case to another, we're about to play this clip and get our reaction.
I don't think this case
Had
is
multiple
confusing.
women express in sessions
Just
when I
saying.
asked them, do you have a history of sexual abuse? A moment, an experience. 95% plus. That answer is of course. Women express to me decades of sexual abuse. And I've had women express to me that even as a child, when the sexual abuse was happening, they were deathly afraid, confused. They didn't understand the moment. They had never had a sexual experience before. But there was a certain part of that pleasure principle that was activated and they enjoyed it sexually, enjoyed it physically. I'm gonna let that breathe for a second. You know the damage that can do to an individual, mind fuck that is, no pun intended? And do you understand that in most of these situations, these ages normally doesn't feel safe enough to say anything to somebody, feel like they'll be blamed, they won't be believed. In areas that black and brown people is from, you also got to factor in. If I tell my brother or my uncle or my father, he gonna go kill this nigga, and I got somebody's murder on my conscience. I done heard all type of shit. And in cases where they do, a lot of times they not believed, they're blamed. Nothing is done about it. So they got to compartmentalize this shit in ways that they're not conscious of. Go through teenage years, they go through college, and then they adults. They in they flow and they rhythm sexually, and now they experiencing different partners and they starting to figure out what it is they think they like, not knowing actually a lot of this shit that they feel like they prefer. This is just my style, this is my sexuality and how it expresses. A lot of that shit is still a derivative of the abuse that they've experienced that they don't even remember. So many different women, when I do ask them that question, they'll say no initially, but then the question sparks something in them. Like, Doc, you know what? I actually forgot about this, or I don't even know if this was an actual memory or actual experience. I don't know if this is some shit my subconscious mind dreamed up. They can't even tell if it's a valid experience within themselves. Their mind goes to such great lengths to push this into a space in the back recesses of their subconscious so they can still function as a being and as an individual. Niggas is not bringing this type of shit up as they courting a woman.
Somebody put their mixtape.
Try to promote his music.
His mixtape is in the back of the...
I don't care what he has to say.
I mean, but sexually abused children do have to grow up, and they be growing up still in the same household as their abusers sometimes. And the person never has to, pay for what they did to the child because, again, like, it's a fear thing. Like, what's going to happen if I tell on this person? Or sometimes if the person is young enough, they don't even understand how wrong it is. So, some people become not attached to their abusers, but they become like, especially if it's a family member or somebody you care about, you don't necessarily want them to get hurt or go to jail. You might need them. They might be a parent. Like, who knows what the situation is. And then you just try to live with it. You don't tell people. So, I mean, I don't know. When is the right time to tell? When when you get abused, you tell right away, like.
Yeah.
And if you don't tell right away, does that mean you now like don't have the right to express it at any other time?
We got to break down those questions one by one.
Okay.
Because that was a lot of questions. So my thing is, what if the abuser was abused themselves? So is the abuser still held accountable for the abuse?
Yes.
Okay, so if he or she is, then just say, what if Puff was abused? So it's just learned behavior. Mm-hmm. So would you have more compassion for him if that was the case?
But at some point, you have to know what's right and wrong.
And go for it.
No, you go for it. I don't want to say it. Go ahead.
If that's the case, then who's right or wrong? I know abuse is wrong all across the board. Mm-hmm. Got that. But if that was the case, then why are we just holding one person to that and not the other person?
That's why I'm saying, when do you tell? Because well, I don't even know where to begin.
I think what he's saying, I believe
it is
what he's saying.
He didn't tell on his abuser. She didn't tell on her abuser.
But they both knew what they shouldn't have been doing, but continued to do so consciously, willingly. So if we're going to say that the abuser who was abused is still wrong, the person who stays after they're being abused is still in the wrong as well.
Well, I see it as one abuser got away. The first abuser is the person that got away and was able to abuse the first individual. So now when do we stop the cycle of this? Even if I was wrong for being a participant, at least somebody has to stop the cycle. So
I think, and I thought this is where you were going. It's not about, her. I'm sorry, and I guess are we speaking like
Cassie and Pity? I was referencing.
Regardless of how or of what you experienced as a kid, being subject to abuse, at what point are you held responsible, right? And so we're saying just because Diddy, and from all accounts, it seems like he was abused.
It was said
I think
somewhere.
he actually said it.
Yeah, it was said somewhere. That's why I brought it up. So we'll just say allegedly.
Okay.
What he did to other men was also done to him.
That's what I did hear. Yeah.
Okay.
I can't wait to
Something like that. Yeah.
Damn, what was I saying?
At what point?
Okay, yeah. So it's like, okay, yeah, that was his experience. He was abused, and then he became an abuser. Not only abused, this nigga like throwing punches, karate chops, all of
Bombs.
that.
Right.
You know what I mean? So there's multiple types of abuse. Physical abuse, financial abuse, whatever, sexual abuse, so on and so forth. But then you have Cassie, who also became a willing participant, who was also calling on the gentleman to be a part of the freak-offs. She was setting up, what time to meet and do this and do that for the freak-offs. So is it at what point are we going to say that she also has to be accountable for the part that she played?
I think that's very true. But I also think that...
And make sure you show my whole thing
I think that...
when I explain this.
The woman that you put in the group chat, she broke it down about the abuse, the psychologist, when she was saying how abuse victims...
they perpetuate.
Yeah, they perpetuate. So, sorry.
And but another thing, though, like, Cassie was...
We wish we had
up,
some.
Like, Diddy picked her up at a young age.
It's making its way. It's making its way.
Not after.
Literally, this mic. Should we take a break?
Literally, I looked at the counter and I was like, damn,
she
no.
was locking the bag up.
Because I was getting talk breath. You know, when you start chatting too
I
much.
love these air candies.
What flavor did you get?
So healthy.
Strawberry.
Rome, you was here whole
Did you get
time.
up
You
and
ain't
get
take
those?
none?
I was just saying, that's why I think sometimes we say people shouldn't date too far away from like their, like out of their age group, because
Bro, they finna
now
jump
she's
on you
still
in
learning a
comments.
behavior. I mean, hey, like it is what it is. Even the situation with old dude that just got money taken. I mean, he's in his lawsuit because of sleeping with a young girl. It's like,
Shannon Sharp.
yeah, Shannon Sharp. It's like,
Skip.
He had
It's
that
like-
hat on before.
that's a part of it.
He had a hat like that.
But that's a part of the issue, though.
in the
This.
with the olive green joint when he was outside with the little ass
Yes,
fanny pack.
I remember that.
oh yeah, with his bow leg. But
He had
like
the one leg. Bro.
one bow leg.
He's like pigeon toed.
Them jackets was tight. Okay, so
Jeggings.
they was jeggings. So like you can mess with a person who's not mentally fully developed.
Yeah.
Like those are the easiest people to target. Someone who you can get them to become what she became by now. She basically is doing the work for you because it was a learned thing. You know what I'm saying?
And that's what he said. He said, at what point can she even identify?
What she likes for herself.
No. Where that was unlocked inside of her.
Yeah.
That was like,
And then do we start paying attention to people who were sexually abused? Because now we got Kanye West saying he was sucking his cousin's D, or he was getting his D
Really?
sucked by
He
his
wasn't
cousin.
he wasn't sexually abused
He
though.
was the
'cause he was
Okay,
the one
so
that was
who
doing
abused
it.
you?
He was sucking dick till he was 14.
So who abused Kanye?
That's what he
You hear
said.
that?
And now do we trust him around other individuals?
His own
Does he need
kids.
to be on the watch list? Because now it's like if people
Damn.
are not wanting to, you didn't tell on your abuser, but now somebody's not telling on you. So in
My
my
thing-
eyes, it's like,
The only way the only way I could see this whole situation being reasonable for Cassie is if, and I hope this isn't the case because I don't wish more abuse on anybody, but is if she was abused at a younger age, and also
Like like in her family or something?
Yeah, somebody and
Or
like,
anyone.
close to her. And she never spoke up about it then, or if she even did speak up about it and nobody believed her, that would support the case for what she's going through right now, because it's either she's repeating an old behavior or she's already tried this at a younger age and it worked against her. But because there is no direct correlation for her actions, and now she's 19 years old when she starts it, but the abuse probably came in, I would say, sometime afterwards, because initially she was game for it. That's why I'm like, it's too late for that card, me personally.
No, well, if the abuse came later,
Yep, make its way back around.
Like
no,
this.
hell no.
like this, pass it back here.
Not snack time. Not snack at the table.
I would have usually I would have already had my fix before, but we had a delay.
Girl, you ain't have to take 12 of them.
Yes, you did.
Always.
She's Louise.
First of all, these are bigger than usual, so
Oh my goodness, we ain't even got nothing left.
they're going.
Is there a possibility that the jury could be hung? That's what I think that's going to happen, because was it 2 women and 10 men?
Did they do that?
No, it isn't. Let's see.
It was something like super disproportionate.
I think I saw that too.
And so I think
That's scary.
They will do anything. That's the thing about
That's
about
actually really
court
scary,
cases.
and especially the way men have been talking about Cassie during this.
well, not even saying it doesn't even have to be the men though, because it really depends on what jurors were selected. And is it like each side could choose their own jurors, right? They get 6 and they get 6. Is that true?
Ironically, I did my law review article on jury selection and Bastion challenges. Is it Bastion? I think it's Bastion challenges. I can't remember. It's a long time ago. But I'm looking up the composition of the jury right now.
Listen, there's ways around everything. That's just how I don't know.
But I think
I feel as
Go
though
ahead. Sorry.
no, I just feel like people believe in these systems a little bit too much. I don't think they're as strict. Like there are laws, there are rules, but let's be honest, like people are definitely getting paid off. The jurors are the lawyers are doing whatever they can to maneuver where this case goes.
Oh well, no, I was
There's a
talking about just the fact that we're confused
Good job.
Gotcha.
and we're on the
We are
outside.
confused and we are on the outside.
Imagine being on the inside, like listening to this, and just if one of those women were abused in any way, she may not be able to get out of her mind, hey, he's not guilty, or he's guilty.
Mm-hmm.
And if one of the men know any of the women, because like they said, the guy said he knows 95% women that have been abused.
One man did indicate that he had a female family member who had been a victim of sexual abuse.
And he's on the juror.
Mm-hmm.
See, that's what I'm saying. So it's I don't see how
Could
you
be
can
biased.
actually pick a side. I think there's so many emotions in this case that
I am in a funny place right now because I have a very close friend who was drugged and taken advantage of. And that person didn't step up and they cried to me and told me about it. But I'm like, dang, like now it's a few years that gone past and now it's just like, all right, we just don't listen to that person's music and we just like, like, I don't know. So now
She
it's
should have
like,
went and got her a check.
Yeah,
That's what Cassie did.
Why? Because I mean, I've never been a victim of abuse of really anything.
I don't know
but
why she didn't. I mean, I
What
don't
makes
know.
it like? What was her reasoning?
Because people don't be believing women a lot of times when it happens. I think that like she probably didn't think, hey, I ain't got money for this case. Or
But I
I
mean,
ain't got money
still-
for a lawyer.
But still, speaking up. I mean, even if
You know how many times I feel like I could have sued for any situation. I'm not talking about anything sexual.
we've seen that now that everybody just come out like now it's just a
They're
suit
like-
party.
It's a known thing that women tend, they're more likely than not, they're not going to come forward.
But if there was a case on that artist right now, and she came forward, it would definitely
Which is
100%
usually what happens.
open because this person has done multiple things. Like,
And
She better be
they're
the
more
first.
likely to believe her now since there's so many other victims.
but
there's
but
definitely
that's-
victims.
Yeah, but are you, if you think about it? Because it's the question will always remain, why didn't you speak up sooner? And it doesn't mean that we know the exact answer, but
Especially
that will
drug.
always be a question.
Yeah, I mean, maybe
Was
just
she?
not thinking.
This is crazy. Just hear me
They're a
out.
little scary.
Was she planning on having sex with him?
No.
Initially.
No.
I'm trying to
It was
figure
the
out like how
one
could you
time
live
that I
with it?
wasn't out with my friend, and I was just like, dang, because I just am so careful of stuff like that. So it made me feel even more of a way because I'm like, dang, Stuff like that don't happen when I'm around because I don't care what I'm doing, what I'm on. I'm alert. Like, y'all, let's round it up. So I'll get in the truck.
Do you think she could have lied to you about it?
Absolutely not.
And for what reason?
Absolutely not.
Because sometimes women don't want to be.
Especially for her not to tell. For what reason?
Yeah.
She just lied to her friend.
It was her and one of our friends that were left there. And the
Same
other
person
didn't do anything, or the other person must have went to sleep. And
she don't remember
she
it.
was drugged. And I mean,
What kind of drug was it? Did she black
You don't
out or what?
know.
No, I'm saying like the effect.
Drug was it?
Did she black out or was she like? Was she able to
blacked
see?
out. She woke up and she was like, "Oh, I've been
So you know the drugs?
done."
What?
Can you, if she
Identify?
tells you,
I'm trying to figure out how did she know that she was actually if she was like passed out?
Because we have a vagina.
Or she was like,
Yes.
okay.
What's the difference between
I want to know too.
Like,
And how did she
want
get
him to
butt
be quiet,
naked?
y'all.
oh, she woke up butt
She
naked.
woke up with her clothes off, but
Oh, yeah,
booty
yeah.
ball naked.
Yeah,
And-
yeah. How did she
yeah.
know she was drugged?
You can when your
So,
body doesn't feel
hey,
regular.
Well, I know you have a story about being drugged.
No, almost drugged.
Oh yeah, you're right.
That's why I
I've
sniffed.
been drugged.
That's why I
Almost
sniff
drugged.
drinks
this
to
is not a
day.
laughing
Almost drugged,
matter.
you're right.
I've been drugged at
reason why I
Miami.
sniff drinks.
I've been drugged at Club Live. Thank God
I've been
I got
drugged
out
one
of that.
time, and I'm convinced I was, but
I definitely was.
I made it home. I don't know how. Like shit just started getting real scary as I'm driving. I'm like, there's no way I'm getting drunker. By the time I got home, I was out.
Y'all, Cassie's husband
You're gonna hate this. Just
What?
close your ears.
is the definition of unconditional love.
You know, woman.
Okay. Let's keep listening.
And I love that for her.
You know how I know good men exist? Because Cassie's husband, Alex Fine,
Just
exists.
stop while we're ahead.
Because Sierra's husband, Russell Wilson, exists.
I'm starting to see a pattern, but let's keep
Oh,
Those men are
my
not the same.
goodness.
Yeah, but what do they don't know anything about
That man ain't
Cassie's
nothing-
husband.
He ain't got nothing but God pumping through his veins.
Don't
Oh, y'all not gonna put my God in nothing. I might have to walk out.
All right, let's listen to two more.
He glistening, boy.
May all my girlies find a love that resembles the love that Alex Fine has for Cassie. Like, what a beautiful demonstration of what it means to be loved fully and fearlessly. And
I'm gonna give a little bit.
Can
of
we
my
skip
take real quick. From what we've seen so far, it seems like there are a lot of women who don't really care what the love of their life receives, and they only care about what they receive from the love of their life. Let's keep listening.
Thing y'all think of is, what's her husband gonna feel? That's because too much of y'all manhood is tied to y'all ego. A lot of y'all not ready
I've seen
to
her
help
on
your girl
TikTok
carry her
before.
baggage.
somebody go check on Alex.
Yeah.
Somebody go check on Alex.
Seriously.
Right now.
I mean, to have to
That's
sit
my
through
vibe.
this court
Mine
case
too.
and hear all of those horrible things
It's
that your wife had
terrible.
to endure.
Oh.
But the worst part is listening to somebody say they urinated in your wife's mouth.
Jesus.
This is what
And taught
happy
him how to
wife,
do
happy
it.
life culture looks like. This is what always listen to your wife looks like. This is what ignore my past and focus
Oh
on my
my
non-existent
gosh,
future
she's
looks
taking
like.
it too
Y'all,
far now.
This is what it is. Like, too many men's egos are tied to whatever the fuck she said. What else in life, other than men dating women, because women wouldn't even do it. What else in life do you not vet the past of whatever you're going into? If it's a business relationship, if it's buying a car, if it's anything else, what else do you just totally negate the past of the person or the item or the business or the
This
entity?
is God right
what
now.
else do you negate the past of?
Telling me
before?
to
And what
vet
other
the
situations?
past.
I don't know who tricked so many women into believing that.
That's crazy.
And she was already married.
Hey, I said
And
that
she was
earlier.
And
I
she was
said that
married.
earlier.
And she was married.
Married.
I said that earlier. I said this
That-
is embarrassing.
He just want Alex, blink twice. We see you, but listen, secure the bag, bro.
That's all it's about.
Secure the bag,
I mean,
Alex.
he did get the
Hey,
bag.
But he
that
got
bag.
kids with that. That's a
She's pregnant.
Guys.
The third one.
That's called palimony.
I
Pay
that
me.
hurts.
so I was actually talking to they were talking about this in the barbershop today.
Yo, what?
I forgot. And it's so funny.
And when I say they, it was like
I need to get a haircut.
me and my barber. And
Us.
I had the news footage on playing.
what other people, it was like one more guy listening, and I think the other two guys, they may not even speak English or understand English. But anyway, and they're Haitian too.
I was about to say, ooh, you go to the Hispanics.
You want it?
No.
No. They were Haitians.
Haitians.
You gave him candy.
I just think that it was my hope that she had prepared her husband as much as possible,
of course,
before going into that courtroom. But my barber seems to think that there's no way possible that she was able to recall the details of all the shit that they did and relay that to her husband in the most salacious way possible that is being relayed, in the courtroom.
Mm-hmm.
And at first I was like, man, there's no way she just let him walk into that. He was like, it doesn't matter if she told him stuff. There's no way that what she told him could prepare him for what he was going to hear.
Yeah.
Allegedly, he was part of the freak off.
So he knows.
I never heard that.
So maybe, I don't know. This is what the streets of New York are saying. And when I say the streets of New York,
talking about White Plains.
I mean the barbershop. When I say the barbershop, I mean me and my barber.
You need to put that on a shirt.
I got it.
The streets was talking.
I understand.
No,
I understand it now.
this part is really, but barbers be knowing all kind of shit.
Because they low-key therapists.
Anytime y'all hear her say that shit, please don't take it for
At the
true.
barbershop.
Do not take it as fact.
No, y'all know. I mean, it just happened to be in the middle of the day. I had to get a last minute haircut, but y'all know, it be tons of people going in the barbershop.
Mm-hmm.
So
6 degrees of separation.
this particular instance, it was just me and the barber, but usually
You got a good press.
It's the streets.
Well, it's on the street. Hey.
But anyway, so I just, again, I really hope that he was prepared as best as possible.
Maybe that's how they met.
Walking
during a freak off.
That's what the streets was saying.
Yo, stop.
I mean, some people just don't care. You too.
Aaron.
No, it's not me. I don't know these people.
Aaron started rumors.
I don't know these people. Shit.
I mean, the streets have been right because when you think about all the things the streets have been saying over the years, everything has come to light. I mean, when
The
they
real
talked about
streets.
Jada and Will, when they talked about Diddy and these parties, when they talk about everything, the streets be right. Because there's always somebody that's in these insider parties that's going to bring back the truth. And then somebody's going to be like, I heard. And then we always end up realizing that the streets be really getting the real truth. It may be finessed a little bit, but for the most
Didn't come
part,
from me.
sometimes it's worse than what we get from the street.
It's always worse.
This is
Alex-
worse for me.
Always worse.
I think Alex definitely probably met her at a freak off or something. Like knew her
Was
from the industry.
definitely at the freak off.
Is he a famous?
No. He probably works at 24-Hour Fitness, man.
Let me tell you something too. Let me tell you something too.
Maybe now.
I don't know what it is about. It's something about being a woman that got clout or something, or being a woman of a certain. I'm just being honest.
Dudes want to be around you.
They accept way more.
Yeah.
I swear. So when you're a woman that has fans or popularity, or you look a certain way, or you live a certain way, men throw all of that in the trash. I want a woman that's like this, like that, and they be mad thirsty, and they be in your face, and they will literally do whatever it takes to be up under you and to benefit from whatever you got going on. I promise you, this is the truth.
And
I've
he
tried
got
to
to be
explain
her,
this
like,
years
knight
ago,
in
but
shining
now is a
armor.
good time because we can run back some tapes where I'm trying to tell y'all it ain't always them rules for everybody. Soon as you, as a woman, you get to make the rules.
Imagine.
I don't know this.
Imagine Alex leaves Cassie for
That's
Diddy.
not like cheating. I mean, I guess, but he knew.
Wait, say it again. Wait, what'd you say?
I quit. He probably was loving it. People have fetishes.
Imagine Diddy wins this case.
He did all of this shit
Alex
to get
leaves
next to-
Cassie for
For
Diddy.
what? For what?
He did all of this
For Diddy.
Alex leaves Cassie for Alex leaves Cassie for Diddy?
Yeah.
What a headline.
Right, that's what I was thinking.
Did you see the lineup of men that were in that photo?
Thank you.
That was why would Alex not possibly be on that list?
And who was wearing
Somebody
the shoes?
probably gonna say something. They was like, "Oh yeah, we seen Alex at the freak off."
I was not supposed to talk
Pretty
about
soon.
this because I've been listening to Anthony Paul Mitchell. What's his name? Anyways, I was supposed to be minding my business. But did y'all see the shoes and
was
the
at a
baby
freak off?
oil?
Oh.
Who was wearing the shoes that they confiscated from Diddy's home? Remember you seen all of those shoes, those platform shoes and the
I
baby
did see
oil? And
that. Oh yeah, they were like the stripper shoes.
Who was putting on the shoes?
I'm assuming Cassie.
And was it always just Cassie at the freak offs? Was there ever
Really
any other
not.
women? Or like, did you have one woman per freak off and maybe multiple men? How did it go? And who was wearing the shoes? Were the men wearing the shoes? How freaky was this getting?
Why do you care?
What the answers to these questions, what does that do for us?
No, I
You gotta
think
ask the man
Diddy's
himself.
a Scorpio.
Okay.
It's like, I'm joking.
I was about to say,
It's like-
born again Christian.
That's why I said I'm just joking. You know, I will never go and visit
Right in your
that
book.
world.
One of the
Write
guys
yourself a
who got
little prayer.
arrested a long time ago.
Yes.
And he was strung out on something, and he said that he was at Diddy's, and Cassie had did this a long time ago. He said that. And he was in that picture too.
Wait, he said, what did he say? He was at
saying
Diddy's
that-
house?
He was saying that he just left Cassie and Diddy. It was on the TV.
It was on the
So on that
On the
TV.
television.
I'm telling you.
See, y'all better start believing in stuff because they be saying these things
So
that
he
be
was
happening.
with Diddy and Cassie at
He
that
was-
time?
And this was an interrogation, and it had nothing to do with them.
Nothing.
He just didn't want to go to jail. He was like, "I'll give you whatever you want." I just left Diddy and Cassie. Yes.
so
And
random,
was
but he did bring it
they
up.
do this
Find
stuff
it
to me.
now.
What about
I want to know. I want to know what
the
this
Whack
is.
100 and the Whack 100 video where he was like decoding Diddy's
Harvey?
talking to his son
Oh.
on the phone, talking about Jay-Z, Allen's man, saying, "Yo, make sure you get the pizza boxes.
Pizza is
Don't
supposed to be
forget."
about kids.
He said, "What's Jay doing?" He's like, "Oh, he ain't say nothing yet." He said, "What this nigga think is going on?" Like, so.
There we go.
Basically, he would masturbate and tell me what to do with Cassie. I had like 15 encounters, and I heard a lot of business. Because what they would do is Sean talks a lot on the phone and on the TV with speakers and stuff, and I was like a sex slave. Okay, for them that's what I was. That's all. All right. I caught herpes, and I came back and I sued him for the herpes and won. But they did. Mark Garagos and Ben Mercedes were his attorneys, okay? And Christopher Leon's here was my attorney. They asked me to turn in that, which was the video recording, and I did so. They gave it back to me accidentally, and it's possible, I threw everything out, it's possible I can produce a copy.
Gotcha.
It's possible, I'm not sure. Now, how does this lead towards Donald Trump?
Okay.
The Mercedes family.
It was AI.
And he had an accent.
You think it was
That's what Allen would tell me.
Yeah.
It's hard to really differentiate what's AI and what's not because they're making them very good now. That's why I'm just like, you know what, this
That
is
shit
getting a
was
little
way
bit
too grainy.
hard. Right, to be AI, right?
Yeah.
They haven't figured out how to
That
go
was
backwards.
that was a video tape.
They have, all right.
They
You'd
probably
be surprised.
Right. See, that's
It's the real video, but the fake audio.
Real video.
The lips match.
that's true.
I feel like they're making Diddy the face of kink.
Yo,
Yeah.
we were in my group chat and one of my friends was just like, there's no way that Cassie was asking to be peed on out of her own will. And me and other people were like,
What?
It's weird that you actually think that there are people who don't indulge in this.
Yeah.
People get
Like,
needles.
come
Just
from
because
nowhere.
you don't doesn't mean that everybody else don't. Like, we were all, first of all, she hates Diddy. Always has. But we're just like, you're biased.
Yeah.
And the fact that you won't even
That's mad funny.
won't even
Always
accept like you won't even accept the fact that people do this. This is not weird to a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
This is normal for a lot of people.
That's a Monday.
So was
Right.
Cassie? I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
So would Cassie be considered a prostitute? Okay.
She was his
She's a
girlfriend.
victim.
Okay.
Yeah, she was his girlfriend. She was a part of it.
Because if she was being abused and didn't want to be abused, I think I heard someone say like that's basically prostitution because you're doing it for the lifestyle.
No. Oh, I get what you're saying.
Like you're doing it to still be a part of that lifestyle, and obviously it's something you don't want to do.
No, it wasn't that transactional. She was doing it because her boyfriend wanted her to do it.
I think she was into it.
Yeah, I think so too.
The guy said like there is a, what did he say?
Fetish?
No, the guy with that room.
The abuser thing?
Yeah, he was like, there's like, he said that like they low key like it. Like, so it's not that she didn't enjoy it. That's probably just not what she would have thought about doing.
And look at all these male prostitutes.
I don't know.
There's a lot of male prostitutes.
Rome, do you think she could go back to normal sex?
The answer is, what is normal?
Missionary.
Vanilla.
Look at you.
Oh, that's crazy.
Her
Everybody's
normal
sex is different.
The pre-Diddy sex.
Yes.
She was
at pre-Diddy.
She was
like
19.
Yeah.
I would not even be
got the P
surprised.
Diddy and the pre-Diddy.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even be surprised if.
Imagine being in a relationship and getting more bodies than anybody out in these streets.
Just in one relationship.
Yeah.
One relationship, you got more bodies than everybody.
Being in a relationship and getting more bodies than women out in these streets getting because you're doing it for your relationship. Oh man, that's
Come on,
What is regular sex?
Just her and Alex.
Aaron.
Just her and Alex. No shit, no piss.
maybe lube,
Oh,
maybe a
my God.
threesome.
I mean,
here
he
and
might
there.
be shitting on her too. We don't know.
Well,
She was at the freak off.
I was about to
So
say,
is
if he
she-
was a part of the freak offs, allegedly, then he knows some things. He knows how to get down.
Would she be so what would be the deciding
did
factor?
she
for
say
her
that
to
there was
be in
like a lot of
relationship?
blood and baby oil?
Blood.
She said some shit like that, right? There was a lot of blood and baby oil.
But what would be the deciding factor for a woman in this situation? Do you now end up with someone who's just really good to you and accepts your past? Or do you end up with someone who can please you in that way and is also good? Like, I don't know what
Accepts your
made her.
Your question is, after that, can a normal person or a regular person go back to regular sex or normal sex?
Yeah,
or,
and I don't think they can.
Or are they looking for a good guy to treat them well?
Or to like kind of get out of that whole lifestyle. Like, you know, like you have to relearn.
They probably got to just
a
like
mom. Like, she's a mom now.
chill for a long time.
Right?
I don't really think
Moms can't have
when it
kinky
comes
sex.
to kink, you ever get out of the lifestyle. It's kind of like a behavior that you're just suppressing, that you're not feeding into anymore because you don't want to look a certain way towards your husband now. Because now that you have a husband, you want to come off as, hey, I'm a good person, I'm a good girl, and everything else. I did do some things in my past, but that was my past.
But if you suppress it and you all
Should you-
suppress, doesn't that make you a good girl now? Like, if you keep it suppressed?
I think that could also fall along the lines of the cheating argument too. Like if you are a cheater and you're suppressing your cheating, aren't you really a cheater?
No, you ain't no cheater no more. You're healed.
There you go.
Should a kink marry a kink?
It depends on what your kink is. If their kinks are
Like, should she have her, like, if your kink is feces,
Ugh, the kink in a kink, your house gonna stink.
should you only marry
Someone that's into that.
someone that has the same kink
No, because then it's
or
not
willing
a kink.
to try, I guess?
it's more or less like in the kink lifestyle, if you want to find a partner that's open-minded. So like, listen, I can't shit on you, but if you want to go outside for that particular kink, you can do that. But over here, this is what I like, so I need you to abide by this. So it's kind of like a
Okay, what I'm really
Some
trying to
people
also
don't want
say
to
is
put those kind of rules on in a marriage. Maybe that's like a time frame.
Yeah.
what do you
Like
mean?
when people have like whole phases. Not saying that this.
kink
Well,
phases,
Well, yeah, a kink.
Because if you get
it
too
is
much of
kind
something,
like a
equivalent.
fix.
Right.
Yeah, but like even with a fix though, how do you kick a fix? It's not just something you turn off.
Oh, like drugs.
You get tired
You
of
go
it.
to,
Withdrawal? Oh, AA.
Sex Anonymous.
yeah, they probably have like
They definitely do.
but you can get tired of things too, or like get to the point where you're just like, all right, we overdid it now. Like,
Or you can
No,
go,
you just go to the next level.
Or die.
Piss in my
go
mouth.
to a further extreme, basically.
because I saw a long time ago, like this one guy liked needles being shoved up his hole, his pee-pee hole. And I'm like,
Where did you
there's
see
no
this?
way his whole
Jesus.
life he's gonna be doing that. until something happens to you, or you're just like, all right, I'm on to the next thing. I need some other kind of pain. Or something.
What is the satisfaction?
Y'all,
Right.
Because hurts.
One of my friends is a ER doctor, and when my house flooded in Houston a few years back, he actually had a house like not too far from mine. So he's like, hey, if you don't want to like keep renting this Airbnb, you can like take the bottom floor of my condo. So I was like, cool. So they pretty much it allowed me to be able to like pretty much be at my house back and forth all day long while they were there doing repairs. And so sometimes we would just be talking and he would tell me like the types of things people would come to the ER like stuck up their behinds. He said it's the wild. He said he was, by that time he was desensitized to it, but like as a younger doctor, he said everything just kind of blew his mind. Like lava lamps.
A lava lamp?
Vegetables.
A fucking lava lamp.
So you see your reaction. So as I'm hearing these stories, this is my reaction.
Do you know how big a lava lamp is?
Right.
Maybe it was a small one.
My great grandmother had that big ass lava lamp that just.
Guys,
I'm so glad I don't watch porn anymore, because if you even scroll past like those fisting videos, you're just like, whoa.
A lava lamp.
Wait a minute.
Vegetable.
Fisting has made the first appearance on 8 at the
Is
table.
going to the hospital and letting other doctors see.
Yes, I think somebody had a little animal in their booty.
Oh my gosh, that is abuse.
Yeah.
That's the thing in the community too.
Was its head out? Was it like
gerbil?
They do it.
Was it dead?
They do it like
It was, right?
no, they do it so alive because they like to scratch. Yeah.
They're like, get me out of this dookie hole.
So it came out alive?
Oh, we better chill out before. Was it ASPCA?
That is a
Yeah,
demon.
Peter
You guys,
come
that's
out.
demonic, and that's it. That's demonic.
I don't know if it's demonic,
care.
but
that's
it's starting.
demonic. You're getting that is a spirit in
That's
you.
called the rabbit hole.
There's a spirit taking over your body and killing you from inside out. It's demonic, and people need to get prayer.
No, it's a gerbil.
Okay,
the
let's.
gerbil is
We got a couple prayers.
Demonic.
Shamanic. Okay.
this is why I care.
Let's go ahead.
But yeah, you know what? Matter of fact,
Genesis.
I'm gonna ask him for more stories, and I'm gonna report back.
They have it on. They have it on. I'll send you the pages. But
I mean, I'm sure, but this is like my friend who is an actual doctor who I know ain't making up stories for the internet.
Yeah.
So
No, they show you the X-ray. There's literally a page.
Okay.
A page of X-rays, and you'll be like, "Can you guess what this is?" And they'll leave like 3 options.
They be like, it's a pack of candy corn. Like, I ain't gonna lie, y'all, the shit was wild.
I don't know.
I was sad during that time, so it was really good. It was good to have something to laugh at.
Anything goes in this
A
world.
gerbil is insane.
No,
bro.
yeah.
Like, I don't even know how you do that.
The worst part about this is it's the people that you least expect. Like,
No, I expect it.
it be the people that are the people that are actually up on the jury, or the people that are actually coaches and people who are actually in high
With
places.
the collars and the sweaters.
Yeah, and they
the
have and they go to
glasses.
these
you know
freak
what?
parties. They go to these swinger parties. They go to all these events.
Why would someone's
They
occupation
can afford to do this crazy stuff. They can afford to have these nasty bedrooms that have the swings and the whips and the
Word.
like these are the people that come to work
That's
and
my
act
shit.
like they're not sniffing balls and balls of cocaine.
Why would you know that? But why would you
Because
know
I've
that?
seen them and I've befriended a few of things and I've
right.
seen.
I'm
few
saying, but
things.
you're saying they come to work and
like
you
you know
will
about it.
I've
never
gone to
know.
a swingers party and I was a what's a Voyager?
Voyeur.
A
A
voyeur.
voyeur. And me and my homegirl was like, it was a little theme.
What was the theme?
The theme was like, I don't know,
Collared and
underwater or
lamps.
something.
You were mermaids?
I think we were in like green or aqua. I don't know what the hell we did.
You
So
were smoking aqua?
no, we had to wear aqua. So like there's
what
this
is
naked
aqua?
girl. There's like it's the color. We had to wear the like under the sea. I don't
She
know.
said smoking
Under the
aqua like
sea.
it was a drug.
So there's like this naked lady doing a fire show. There's a hot tub, and then there's a downstairs room with like different age groups. It wasn't many black people.
They always
People
make
had
it
these
cool.
little cards, and they had like lube. They had like
the AC on when people naked?
condoms. There was men on men. There was girl on girl. There was a pregnant woman. There was
A pregnant woman?
yes. People were massaging. People were doing so many different things. And I'm not gonna lie, you don't gotta believe me because I don't be lying to y'all. But I'm just saying,
It's a good
I was
time.
pretty shocked.
It's a very
then-
good time, so don't knock it until you try it.
Well,
That's
I
all
didn't
I'm saying.
try anything because remember I was a voyeur.
Oh, okay.
But
that could be a thing.
I'm not gonna lie.
You can have
like,
somebody watch you.
Yes.
You could let somebody
As a-
watch you.
yeah.
You're
I think like I let somebody give me a little massage or something.
exhibitionist.
It was a little, you know, it was an intense massage.
Good.
But
Pass this down.
yeah, but at the same time, it's like the people who were there, I was just like, wow, like
Politicians.
Pass it down.
Yeah.
Yes. But that's
you ain't
why
supposed
like
to
you
be
should've
here.
the more expensive parties, you're basically paying for the anonymity.
Oh, no, the Hooter did.
And so when you, and then when you go
All right,
to,
Skip.
Amenity.
but that's why I'm not trying to be a conspiracy theorist or nothing,
Anonymity.
whatever.
Amenity, yes.
That's amenities.
Yeah. Amenities.
It's not amenities. Too many entities.
Yeah, that one. You're paying for that, and
Remember that thing he said to me with that guy?
Secrecy. What's it called? Like not the, you know, not the secrecy, but you know, whatever.
The anonymity. He's right.
And amenities.
I'm saying it. I'm just not
secrecy,
saying it.
You know,
Yeah.
secret society. I don't know.
And
So
all-
then when you go to another level, that's why I be like, if I think them sacrifices and them other things be real. People be drinking kids' blood and all kinds of stuff.
and it
That's
happens.
true.
Kids and not kids, but animals, all type of stuff. Depends on how far you want to take it. Because if you know what is it? Is it rule 34 on the internet? It's rule something where, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, if it exists, there's porn of it. If you think about it and you go down a rabbit hole, you can find it on the internet.
Yo. And
So
Rule-
type
Rule
in
34.
gerbil in the booty.
we all right.
First, Alan, you got to figure out what a gerbil is.
Don't type it in.
You can tell your kids ain't had no animals. My fiance asked to get closure from her ex 2 days before our wedding. She said it was in the spirit of honesty and that she could have gone behind my back, but wanted to start our marriage with full transparency. 2 days before we say I do, she's asking for permission to get closure from a past relationship. Is that maturity or a massive red flag?
Massive red flag. Oh, you're not done? Sorry.
Did I pause?
It was a little. I was just. Go ahead.
Jesus. Ugh. But they don't teach y'all that in the Bronx.
Who'll be there?
It's none.
Brooklyn.
I'm sorry. Okay, maybe they don't teach y'all that in private school. Anyway, because now I'm stuck wondering if she still needs closure. I'm sorry, because now I'm stuck wondering if she still needs closure. Is she really ready to marry me?
Are you done now?
Yes.
She's not. Massive red flag. Because why wasn't your closure met when you agreed to marry this man? Like you're going into a full marriage with another man and you don't have closure from your previous relationship. Honesty doesn't mean, what does it mean for someone to be honest? Like good for you, like 2 points for that, but that doesn't mean that's right.
But she
That's
was
a mental
honest
health thing.
before the fact. She shared that she wanted to get closure. So
make
it's
sure-
not like she did it and would be like, oh, I did such and such.
And I respect
That's not
it
the
because-
point.
Okay.
That's not the point because it's like she could be honest, but that doesn't mean what you're doing is okay. It's not okay because I can be honest and say, hey, I literally killed somebody yesterday. Just because I'm honest about it, that doesn't mean what I did.
So what's
was-
the closure? What's closure? Closure is basically saying, I just want to officially make sure what we both done with each other,
I don't know.
or
don't know
I
what
just
it
want to
is.
make sure like
The answer.
I can move on in a healthy way. What is it?
You needed that way before agreeing to marry somebody.
Closure is sex.
I didn't want to say it, but
Oh yeah.
Sex,
You
yes.
over there too?
Think about it. What
that's just what I think.
What
it
you,
is. I
what,
don't
you,
know.
what you think you're going to happen when you see your ex for the last time before you get married to somebody who you don't really want to
Like,
marry?
why do you need?
But that's like a fresh closure thing. Like if we just broke up and it's like, all right, let's talk. Like,
Says you.
Oh, I think it says 2 years. Hold on.
I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I just
well, yeah, I'm assuming that if you're about to get married in 2 days, that this relationship that ended before wasn't recent.
We don't know that, but it says we just know that it's 2 days before the wedding.
And you would have to get the details of why the relationship ended before this.
Yeah.
Because if he had cheated on her, I know I'm making up my own story and you hate that. But if the person who she needed closure with had hurt her,
yeah.
she may have never gotten over it or whatever the case may be. And she may go back to see if there was still something there or whatever her reasoning is.
Or
know what'd
maybe
be
just
crazy?
making sure before we close this, before we officialize, whatever, y'all. You know how I am. Like, just if the word is wrong, just tell me. But I don't know. If before we make this official, let's just, because I want, once I close this chapter, I want to close it in the right,
But what do
the
you
right
say
way.
during I mean, I'm being genuine about this question. Like, so if closure is a conversation, what are you saying in this type of conversation?
Like what? Like, does the closure mean like, hey, like, does it include forgiveness? Like, oh, I just have to forgive you for this before I can move on. I don't know, y'all. I'm just saying, like, does the closure doesn't have to be sex.
And the closure involves moaning.
But what if you need to do that before?
And not like this.
Yeah,
So then, but then guess
Not
what?
that kind.
That's a good thing because
It
then you
start
know
like
you're not
that.
ready to get married.
Yeah, but she
If
also...
you need the
she
closure to find out if you're ready to get
Then
married,
you're not ready.
Then you're not ready. That's one.
Period.
What happened?
I just like your dream.
Oh, thanks. That needed to, if you even felt like that, even in the slightest, you might have wanted to do that after the proposal. If you knew that you want to marry this person, but you can't do it unless you get this,
You're right.
then she should have 2 days before the wedding. What is that? What is that?
Maybe this feeling started surfacing.
That would have been my question. I'm like, why would you wait? Because I guess the question is he against her having that or seeking that closure, or is he against the timing of her doing it? Because what you're saying makes a lot of sense. Saying that, if she had done it before she and this, or maybe after they got engaged. I think you just said that.
If she felt like if that's her thought process, like in order to move forward
That makes sense.
with this marriage, because I'm about to get married to someone that this needs to happen, you should have done that a long time ago. Don't come to me 2 days before, because to me, 2 days before, what that feels like to me is that you're not ready for this to happen. If you still need this to happen.
I believe that 2 days before means that
I'm scared.
nah,
They've been in contact.
the ex is better. The ex is better, and she's about to settle for the rest of her life with somebody that she's really not happy with or don't really desire. So she just wants to say her final farewell before she morally leaves him.
I kind of agree.
And because I personally feel if her current situation was better than her
wouldn't give a
previous,
fuck.
she would have forgot all about
would
this.
not
Not
give
forgot about it, but she would have pushed it to the
fucks.
side. And like whatever happens.
Because
But
you go and get that closure and y'all have a real good conversation and start reminiscing
Now you
about the
second
past.
guessing.
And now,
Beckett.
you thinking
and now
about
what?
it?
Like,
Your honeymoon gonna be trash.
I wasn't going for it.
I think the feelings can start to surface the closer you get to the wedding. So maybe she didn't think she had to get the closure a month ago or 2 months ago, whatever. And then as closer she gets to the point where she's like, yo, I'm really about to do this. It's really over. Like, I think that's probably the reason why she waited so long. And then to get the closure, I honestly just believe that you're just not ready because that person, I don't know, like your ex should just be dead to you in your mind if you're about to get
There's
married.
actually a video that just went viral about this. The girl walked out. The girl was in front of her ex's doorstep while the current boyfriend or fiance was in the driver's seat. She was, I guess, they're talking, and then she comes back in the driver's seat and she's like crying. And the caption was getting closer before we got married. And he was like, "You okay now?" She's like, "Yes. Can we get some McDonald's?" And then they like left. And I'm like, nah, this couldn't be me.
Generation crazy.
No, this cannot be me.
Generation is
If my
The niggas
ex,
parked in the ex's driveway.
Is this like a Gen Z person?
gotta be.
Nah, I mean she looked like she might have been like 25 to 28, so it could be both. Could be both.
I'm just curious.
if my ex hit me up 2 days before his wedding, sorry, Rome, I would just be like, damn, to his fiance. Like literally. Like this nigga still think about me 2 days before you about to get married? I feel sorry for your fiance. Like
You're wildin', sis.
I'll be back.
It's not that uncommon.
What was that Tony Braxton song?
I'll
He
be
wasn't
back.
man enough for me. Why'd you marry him?
And the worst thing is like it's usually the man that's proposing. So
You've been lying.
yeah, if I'm the guy who's proposing, I'd rather be like, yo, let me get closer with my ex before I get on a knee and propose to you.
bro, exactly.
Because I feel like that's more fair.
You had me.
She gotta
What?
I was right there, but
she gotta dismiss her team too. So.
I'm just
But
curious.
the thing is,
Whose house is
they
she going
know
back to,
that
though?
they're going to propose. Like they're planning the proposal. So it's like,
Yeah, but we're planning a proposal out of thinking that you're ready to do this.
Yeah, that means y'all have had conversations about being married.
True.
Hopefully.
And I feel like
You're right, hopefully.
well, yeah, that too. But I also feel like if she would have known it was coming.
Why?
If you guys are having conversations about getting married or we're getting serious enough for that to be the next step if the conversations weren't had.
It happens to the best of us.
I mean, what are you going back to the ex? I just don't understand what needs are not being
She's
met.
still in love.
About to get married, like I don't know.
Yeah, the horses.
Father, fix it. I'm ready for a husband. I'm ready to sit down and be quiet. I'm ready to listen. I'm ready to wear matching outfits. I'm ready to go to the family events and be quiet and let you talk. I'm gonna bring you a plate. I'm gonna fix you a nice plate. I promise. I'm gonna make you a drink. I make cocktails. You know, I'm gonna look nice. I'm gonna look pretty. I'm gonna stay in shape. I'm gonna go for walks. I mean, what do you need? Do you need me to support you? I'm gonna support you. I'm gonna help you build that business. Matter of fact, I'm gonna be your secretary. What do you need? God, I'm ready. I'm tired. This job done wore me out, y'all. They done wore me out about this job. Everything done wore me out. I done did wrong. I done mismanaged my life up here at this point. I need a life manager, and I think the life manager that I'm looking for is a husband.
What she don't know is that it's gonna get harder,
Hey,
Cause she finna be managing her shit.
I was about to say, you will be life managing that man.
golly,
Somebody tell. I don't want to ruin her little
man,
her little
they be
speech,
confused, bro.
but she finna be doing way more.
Okay,
Unless she ain't gotta work. Now that's different. If she ain't gotta work, then that's a big.
Having a husband lightens your load a little bit.
I'm not saying it doesn't.
You were married?
But it also.
She just said that so.
No,
so matter of factly,
it's on the pro list.
Okay.
It
depends
does,
on the marriage.
but you also take on so many other responsibilities. Yeah. Depending on who you marry, I suppose.
Yes, you're adopting a son.
and if you ain't, and if you better have somebody that's gonna lead you in the right direction, because don't be taking on all this extra stuff. And like she said, she needs somebody to manage her life. Not you in general. I'm just saying.
It seemed like you was talking to me.
I'm just saying. She said she needs somebody to manage her life.
She got a prophetic word for you.
Right. And my spirit said.
No, because I looked away and she was still looking at me like, girl, I'm talking to you.
No, I wasn't. I think I was just having a moment.
Prophetess, baby.
I think I was just having a moment. Because, she's talking about she needed somebody to manage her life. And, she, isn't a husband, but... that's where people get things confused.
Typically, the managers are the women.
Thank you. I mean, I'm just going.
I'm quite a life manager myself. I like to manage things. I like
you. You're more than welcome to come and work for me.
For money?
For love.
Yeah. For love, because people that get married, they working for love.
Yep.
Not money, child.
I feel like why do women have to get to the end of all this and like fed up and down to like, I'm so desperate, I'm so deprived, and everything is hard and all these bills in order to like come to a point where you just meet a man and like listen.
I think she was being like, what's the word? Honest. No. Yeah, I think that was like some dramatization, because to be honest, she's probably either okay.
I saw a car seat in the back.
I know. She wants to. She's ready to settle.
I did. That's the first thing I look at when I see a woman's car seat. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she's probably ready to settle now. She's like, all right.
You got a car seat in your shit?
And the car seat?
Trunk.
Hidden.
Trunk. I've done it.
You're redoing the car seat every time?
It's a little one. Boop, boop.
It's a booster.
Oh, it's a boosty.
Yeah, she's at that age.
So
she's not like.
I think she's at the point where she's just like, all right, I'll just take what I can if it's going to help me out.
Yes, and my question is, why wait till you get to that point? Don't you see that y'all are on a time limit more than we're on a time limit?
I don't know. See, that's another thing that I don't always agree with, but that's just, I think.
And sorry, go ahead.
No, finish. Go ahead.
No, you go.
Which one? Who's you? Me or her?
She's being funny.
Oh, okay.
But not all women move on that time clock thing. Like, not all women are like, okay, well, I have to do this before I get to a certain age, or I have to have kids by this time. Some people just move in the different seasons of their life. So maybe at that season of her life, she was focusing on work. So that's why shit got real heavy for her. And she was taking on a lot for herself.
She did say she mismanaged.
Oh, she did say that, yeah.
Yeah, so.
I think in their mind, they had a plan that of who they wanted when they were younger, and they may not have made the right moves, or the man made the wrong moves, and now the pool has gotten very small. And now when that pool is smaller, and then the men know their worth, and they're not putting up with a lot of nagging and yapping, that...
Oh, because that's all it comes with.
I can give you more words if you want.
Are they going to be negative words?
No, I'm saying that I'm saying what men don't want to put up with.
I mean, I think that's
So
true,
I can tell you
too.
what we do want to put up with.
I think what we're forgetting is that men and women both have things that we just don't want to put up with. Men don't want to put up with certain stuff with us, and we don't want to put up with certain stuff with men. So it's not just women who are like, oh, I'm growing up and I'm not finding anything. There are a lot of single men out there that have to go start being sugar daddies or talking to younger women or whatever. What?
To the point, there's so many single men.
So many.
Because there's now an epidemic of male loneliness.
Right.
We're not calling, there's no epidemic of female loneliness.
And at the end of the day, men always talk about,
what's marrying age? I don't know what that is.
Primarily, first of all, no, that is primarily in their 20s. And they're not, actually, I would argue they're primarily Gen Zs.
We all have Google.
Let's Google it.
And then
it's very simple, because women been had the lonely epidemic for the ones who are single and old. Yes, they are.
No, they're not.
We gave them a word. It's called cat ladies. Right? Like we've been knowing about them.
What men are saying is that women basically want too much too soon. Like on the first date, women are always asking for money. Women are always just like, they can't even meet a woman that they like because off rip, it's like, what you coming with? You know what I'm saying? So a lot of men are not even dating, or they can't even find a girl that is where they can get past the second, third date because they already ran out of cash. Like, so the women are just different now, and in a lot of different age groups, and that's making it harder for people to date. Like, a lot is changing. So I don't feel if anything, I feel like a lot of women are like enjoying themselves because they're just having a good time now.
Sorry,
like
I brought
they're
that
just,
up.
men are gonna still, the ones that can take you out on dates, they're gonna take you out on dates. You can have your little good time, and you can decide which one I like better. And then the men are just like, I gotta keep spending money.
Those are the older men.
The older men? No, I mean the YNs got it. Oh, they got it. They got it better.
Some of the YNs do.
I mean, okay, yes, they have money to spend on you, but they also haven't gone through.
I'm saying the young dudes got it. There is no one group of people for anything.
Younger than 25.
But I'm saying the YNs, yes, even if they have the money to spend on you and take you on dates and provide and whatever the hell you want, they still haven't gone through much.
Right.
Very immature. You're going to have to, that's who you're going to go through the bullshit with.
Absolutely.
The older men are a little seasoned, been through some shit.
Patient with your stupid shit.
Older men are actually
more stuck up,
more
stubborn.
averse to, I think, women's bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's like, cool. Nobody has time for this. I did this already.
I mean, listen, I just saw Shannon Sharp, and I don't want to believe that. Because like Shannon Sharp out here making older men look terrible. No, he didn't. Cassie and Diddy's team overshadowed that shit.
Yeah, like
that's all. He got
lucky as fuck.
He just went back to work. Young women are like saying, I'm going to take advantage of these older guys. And, it's a lot going on. Like, people are not really dating. Everybody's lonely.
And it's not even like taking advantage of the older guys, because the older guys know what game this is.
They love being alone.
It's because women actually have community with their friends, and men don't share those same types of friendships. So that's why women aren't
or less lonely.
Yeah.
Wait, women are known to not even be able to remain friends after
What
a
women are you
trip.
talking about?
I'm just saying, we see that we see
right.
girls go on trips, come back not friends.
Women build community though.
But I was about to say,
She said,
I understand
they're
what
able
you're
to
saying.
Build.
have a
I
friendship.
said no. I said build community.
You also mentioned friendship. You also
Exactly what I
mentioned
said.
friendship.
But I said women are not lonely because they build community.
And then
what?
you also mentioned
And then you
friendship.
mentioned the word friendship. So that's what you're trying to.
No, because friendships are a part of the community. I didn't say
Don't y'all
friendships
have
are
lifetime
the
friends?
community.
Does everybody here have lifelong friends?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, that's
what are
why
we even talking about?
my childhood best friend at her birthday in Houston the other week.
My sister we've been best friends since kindergarten.
know
She
her.
came here last time. We about to go do her wedding.
Okay, never mind.
Like, I don't understand where this is coming from. Like, everybody I know has lifelong friends. At the end of the day, it doesn't even matter the group, the demographic, the age, whatever. People are not dating like they used to. It's just it's different now. Everything is expensive. Everybody's trying to get over on each other. Men think that women are outside looking slutty. Women are thinking that, I mean, I'm not saying I'm just saying a lot of guys are complaining about how women are, liberal.
Wear less.
Shout out to Aura Lounge in New Jersey. It was recommended by my good friend Rome. And they have a strict dress code. And the dress code says anyone wearing too revealing clothes. What is it? Too much revealing clothes?
I'm glad you stuttered too. Yeah.
Wearing clothes that are revealing past their liking will not be allowed. You must be fully clothed to enter their lounge, which I think is beautiful.
It's also a Mediterranean spot too. So you have to point that out.
It's a beautiful thing.
They don't play with that.
Is that the drink place that you go to?
Nah, that's Portuguese. But no, I went over there and they were doing it.
They were doing it.
They were doing it.
They were doing it.
We're going to see, I believe we're going to see that be the new norm.
What?
Not really.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Because the rest of the world is conservative and everybody's traveling. Like realizing, wait, what? I'm not about to do with this. What the fuck?
Okay, let me read this thing.
Like an actual club that you dance in,
Just line up
and you pop bottles, and there's money and glitter and shit in the air.
Ooh, glitter?
Remember people used to throw money in regular clubs?
Confetti.
Yeah, that confetti.
I don't want no glitter on me.
I'm like, sounds like a gay club.
No, y'all. I meant confetti.
Like glitter in the air?
I'm telling y'all, like, I know what they meant in the 70s. I get it. Like, that was the type of fun we was having.
Imagine a Shoal Train
Also
line
high
today.
as fuck.
I wasn't high.
You wasn't around in the 70s?
No, like, I'm talking about millennials. I'm just saying, like, the way millennials were.
I miss Sean Paul.
No.
Sean Paul.
No, I was.
It's my first go around, first time here.
I got some
Pande River, Pande Bong.
Hey, oh, yeah.
Sorry, Amanda.
I was probably somebody's grandma.
This girl
probably smoked squares and everything.
Remember?
Squares.
Frog buck. Frog buck.
No, you're crazy.
I miss the Jamaican parties.
Who? Me? No, I was probably like somebody auntie.
Is that a song?
I was cussing.
I don't think Erin was here that close to her new one. That was only 20-something years difference.
You know what I just learned about?
You gotta give her early
That Haitian music.
1800s.
That do-do-do-do-do.
Compa?
Yeah.
I just started learning about compa, and I love it so much.
She might have not have. She could have. Erin could have been a white woman. You don't know.
Definitely was not.
I just Google one.
She could have been in a whole different country, continent. You could have nothing to do with being a black
I actually
woman.
can't imagine that when we're reincarnated that we
Switch races.
Yeah.
Yo, the black say the black.
Nothing in me.
No, it's crazy.
Too much chicken in this
According to Dr. Umar,
gotta be
they're reptiles.
No.
But
what about the black vegetarian?
You're ready when you're ready.
We're ready when you're ready.
Okay.
Sorry, I was talking
I got a
about that
2-hour
lady.
drive, y'all.
Okay. Ask Amanda tonight. Do I wait for him? Immediately, no. Okay, sorry.
Wait, you said that? Or is it?
Good.
My boyfriend and I have been together for 3 years. We met during freshman orientation and become friends by junior year. We were together. Since then, it's been us, and I love him. From the beginning, I knew he wanted to go to medical school, and I was very supportive of that. I knew I was going to go to graduate school. I enrolled in graduate school at the same university we graduated from right after undergrad. He took a research job at a lab to prepare for med school and focus on his applications. A few weeks ago, he got the news. He's been accepted into the top medical school, but it's halfway across the country. Great for him. Of course, I'm proud, but that's when reality hit. We've had long talks about long distance. He says he wants to try, that I should wait for him, that he knows I'm the one and he's in this for the long haul. And I believe him. I love him. I see a future with him, but I also know life happens. Medical school is intense. People grow. Distance creates space for change, for temptation. So here I am with my heart pulled in 2 directions. Do I pause my own life in hopes that this love survives 4 more years of late night studying and different time zones, or do I let go now before it hurts even more later?
I just want maybe I missed some stuff. I just want to clarify.
I think zone out.
So yeah,
This was a little long.
So she is already in school.
Yes.
So let's just say she's 1 year into her 2 or 3 year program. So now he's gotten in at another school.
Right.
So she's considering stopping her current program that she's already half or 1/3 into?
No, I don't think that it's about her program. She said, do I pause my own life in hopes that this love survives 4 more?
Like, should she stay with him while he's
A
gone?
relationship,
Yeah.
a love life.
Oh, whether they should stay together and be long distance. Oh,
correct.
okay.
And then question 2, because I don't really know about this graduate.
Or do I
after
let
graduate.
go?
What are these ages that you do?
Graduates, no, your master's.
Yeah, what are the ages, like 26, 25?
Are y'all serious? Nobody's
I don't know.
laughing at that?
Oh, wait, is it a skit?
It's the it's the Kanye reference.
Oh,
Back when Kanye was cool. College dropout?
yeah. We know what college dropout is, but why did they repeat college? I mean, masters.
Wait,
I would say early 20s.
Early 20s? And they talking about...
Wait, hold on. No. She's in graduate school as well?
She just started grad school.
Did she say for what? Is it the same career?
No, she didn't say for what.
So this is like 24, 25. Am I right, wrong? All right. Can I get my take then?
Mm-hmm.
You're in your 20s. Go out and have fun. Don't wait on that man, because he's not going to be waiting on you halfway across the country with those other medical women.
But he says he wants to.
I can pretend.
She want to too, but I mean,
She want to too.
if was a fifth, we'd all be drunk.
And that was good.
I'm just saying.
If this was a fifth, we'd all be drunk.
Pausing her life, meaning not getting to a committed relationship, but still.
I don't know
going
why
out?
she worded it that way.
Yeah.
Or does it mean like nothing at all?
Like nothing, like celibacy?
Yeah, because like if she can still go out, I guess do whatever she do, but not get into a committed relationship.
No, well, that would still mean being in a relationship, just a long distance one. So
In your 20s.
So she's saying being in a, not pause. There's no pause in life. It's just a long distance relationship.
I mean, there's a vacation.
It's one or the other. I think you're in a long distance relationship or you're not.
Yeah.
Might as well.
Yeah,
and
that's
then
what
see each other during the breaks. And then you're supposed to be studying throughout the school year anyway, if you're going to say. I mean, it can still work.
In your 20s?
But to be honest, I just feel like you never know what'll happen. And she made that point here as well. But let him go. You guys want to be together. You guys love each other so much, whatever. Try the long distance relationship. And if anything happens, then it happens. It's life. You are prepared for it.
Yeah.
Break up if you need to down the line. If you guys don't last the 4 years, he's away.
That's sound advice.
Mm-hmm. That was good.
I don't think that it makes any sense just to be like, well, you might cheat or you might be tempted or this might happen. So let's just break up. Like,
let's just see what happens.
I will say this. Just, I don't know if you're watching, young lady. But my auntie, she's a doctor. I'm sorry, she's a physician. And my uncle and her, or my uncle, yeah, they were married. They weren't married, sorry, when she went to med school. And they stayed, I'm sure they had some issues at some point. But they stayed together from when she was at Fisk for undergrad, when she went and got her post back, up to when she went to med school and residency, everything. Like, he's been there the entire time. And so in my mind, she's always been my aunt. So I don't know when they may have had an issue. I may not even been around yet. So it's possible.
Way to give her hope. That's a love story testimonial.
Here we go.
Yeah. I'm just, I don't want everything to be bad, but use your brain.
And you said that was your auntie?
Yeah, my auntie.
And so that was how long ago?
Oh, wow.
So it was before Instagram?
There's going to be some trouble. So just stick it out if you can.
Before Instagram.
I was about to say, there's long distance is pretty tough, but try it out. And if you guys are both committed
I was long distance too.
If you guys are committed to making it work, and it seems like both of you guys are, just go for it.
At least he getting an education.
Long distance is kind of lit. I am not gonna lie.
Right? You don't have to have that person in your face all the time.
All it out there, Rico.
Just saying.
I kind of like
think
that.
it's worth a try.
Let them figure that out on their own.
Good luck.
But yeah, that's my advice, girl.
Man, let's go. That's
Did you
really
change
nice.
your name? Are you like Jesus Jada
I'm
now?
Jesus Janelle.
Oh wait,
knows
for
my
real?
real name is Janelle.
So your name is Jada Janelle?
Well, because I had a really wonderful word at Bible study recently.
Tell us about it.
Basically, they were telling us about, it was very spiritual for me because I remember when my name was, my alias became Jada Blackwell.
Mm-hmm. What's your real name?
My real name is Janelle. Yes. And
You look like a Jada though.
I know now I do. Shoot, I gotta go back.
You gotta
calling you.
You gotta
Jada
shed
again.
them demons.
Yeah, I had to get delivered. So, anyways,
Get the oil.
so it's not funny, y'all. I'm not.
Please put delivered in cap.
I'm delivered. Put that guy in the corner.
Yes, I am delivered. So but I'm so serious. So I had a
I don't like men's no more.
And then she basically was saying like how important our name is and stuff like that, and how our names have meaning and purpose. And then when I Googled my name, what it meant really made my heart melt. And then I thought about all the things that I went through. Once I changed my name, I was like, yep, I'm going back. So yeah, that's that.
So everything reset, basically.
Well, I've been having a lot of resets. So
Okay, so
that was
introduce,
one
tell
of them.
the audience.
Yeah, reintroduce
I don't
yourself.
really want to. Let's just.
I think you should.
You
Jesus
Oh my
Janelle.
God. Hey, everybody. I'm Jesus Janelle.
No. Janelle by Jesus.
Janelle by Jesus. I don't
By
know if I
way of
like that
Jesus.
one.
No.
Is your Instagram still Jada Blackwell?
I'm about to change it right now. Mind your business. Don't nobody go to my page yet. When it's dropping. Okay, everybody.
This is Janelle by Jesus.
It's been fun. I missed you guys so much. I love popping up here and there. It would be, I don't know if I should drop my name yet because I don't know if it's going to be Jesus Janelle or Janelle by Jesus.
Janelle by Jesus.
Take them both.
Or JJ?
Yep.
Comment what you think her name should be.
Yes, let's take a vote.
Yes.
JJ is what I grew up with. Blackwell is not my last name. I don't know who that lady is.
Who is this lady?
I don't know who
Girl.
Blackwell is. That's not my last name.
I'm literally about to go home and get on Lexus and look up your shit.
Telling you, I'm so glad though because nothing is connected to my real name.
Uh-oh.
When I put my new name up there, you ain't gonna ever be able to find no little cute pictures of me, no little bathing suit pictures. You ain't gonna be able to see nothing. I deleted all my tags.
Are you still friends with your demonic?
that's my gay-
Your demonic.
Why we gotta call him
friends?
demonic?
Well, because earlier you were saying that people have.
I don't
these
hang out with
demonic
anybody.
spirits. So you're not friends with them anymore?
I'm friends with people, but
She's
I
friends
just
with the Lord.
I don't want to be tempted to behave certain ways because it's kind of like rehab that I'm in. I can't be around certain stuff right now because then I'm gonna relapse.
But can you be around the people?
Why do y'all think this is funny? It's so
No,
serious.
it's not.
It's not. Well, he's laughing.
Yeah,
I'm not.
It's not funny at all.
Rico's laugh just makes me laugh.
I used to drink a lot. I used to hang out a lot. I used to do a lot of stuff. So
I don't know if hanging out is a sin.
No, it's not. It's just
It's-
when
The
yourself.
Jada hanging out
Yeah.
is
Me
different.
hanging out.
The temptation
And then now
is
I'm
pretty high
working on
for
the
her.
table, or I'm doing, acting wild, So I'm just.
So, do you feel like you are closer to the ladies at your church now?
Yeah, absolutely.
Because
I see them 3 times a week.
Okay, so that's what I'm saying. So that means you pretty much aren't like associating with your old friends.
Well, one of my best friend actually is a part of the church, and our relationship is so much better.
It wasn't good at first?
No, it was great, but now it's even better. Like we're like soul sisters too, like spiritual sisters. So it's even better. Oh my God, that was a laugh room.
No, I sneezed.
No, I saw you smirk and laugh, but it's okay. I don't care. So anyways, yeah, so me and my best friend are even closer. And I don't know, I just been enjoying it. It's just me. Like, it is what it is. Thanks.
Yeah, that's really great.
Thanks a lot.
Are those glasses real?
Jesus, Janelle.
Real what?
Like, are they prescribed?
No.
I know you're not.
She keep doing like this out of them.
Yeah.
Because they like, they have like a film on top of them. I don't know if I was supposed to peel them.
She's like, I
got a screen protector.
Those are the
You
blue
know,
light
like-
ones, right?
The what?
The blue light ones.
It looks like it.
That's what it feels like.
That's why I didn't wear mine, because I could see blue all the time.
But I don't think
For the
think
computer?
you can take
They're
that off
foggy.
though.
Oh,
that blue light thing?
It's supposed to be like so you can look at the computer.
Yeah, computer,
Yeah, that's
phone.
what
I don't know how it looks on the
I
on the
just heard
thing,
of
so I
those.
didn't
I've
wear
never
it.
heard of that before.
Yeah.
Rico's jealous. He's like, man, I wish I could just wear fake glasses.
I just need help.
Hey, have you thought about LASIK? Are you getting it?
Most like, I don't know. When I was younger, when it first came out, my eye doctor fucking scarred me. He's like, all it takes is one time, you're blind for life. I was like, well, shit.
It's true.
That's all anybody need to tell me.
I mean, but you know, like technology gets better.
Yeah. I know. And you know, I have a friend that he got his done. I actually have two friends that went and got theirs done, and they said that they love it. They walked out, everything was fine the same day.
Did you see the opposite of that?
Oh wait.
What do you mean?
The LASIK horror
Y'all are
stories?
negative.
Nah, but that's my only thing is like
I gotta get out of here.
the worst case scenario.
Please get me out of here. I don't like this energy.
The worst case scenario is too scary for me.
Yeah.
But sometimes it's worth the gamble because my eyes be definitely hurting.
Just one eye.
Maybe I just do one at a time.
That's what
And
I'm
if they
saying.
win or if they succeed,
That's actually a good, yeah.
then I just, all right, cool. Because I could be blind in one eye, right?
I think you could definitely
be a pirate.
So it's
I think you can figure it out.
fun. I'm getting
But ma'am,
That's,
Yes, I am.
we have to do it.
You have to say bye.
it. Bye.
Thank you, everyone,
I'm going to burn.
Not my
for
business.
Wrap it.
watching this episode. We hope you love it.
Yeah.
Jada, Janelle,
Jada by Jesus, thanks for coming in.
Y'all gonna keep playing, all right?
Janelle.
Nobody's playing.
I don't know how to address you. I'm trying to.
Yeah, thank you. Let's move forward.
Okay, thank
I
you.
gotta get out of here. This sin house.
Okay, she's rushing us. Thank you for coming.
Welcome to
They're not
Sinners.
gonna do is make me mock my Lord. It's been fine.
Bye, guys. Watch the next episode.
Wait, you have to go to church?
No, I gotta get out of here. The
Oh.
spirit.
No.
Like, comment, subscribe. Love you.
We did. That was a terrible sign out.